Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition, episode 73 of Heart of the City, man. We've been chugging along, 73 episodes in the books. Can't believe it's been that long, but we are still here. Me and my partner, my big bro, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney, man. And you know what it is, man. How you doing, Coach, man? What's good with you? How you feeling today?
Um, Physically, I'm getting there. I'm all right. I'm grinding. That's all I can do. So, and I appreciate you. But we'll talk about the big news or the news that I
Yeah,
just got a little bit.
yeah,
But how are
yeah.
you? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, maintaining, man. Ready to get into this Heart of the City, man. We got big news, man, for Heart of the City tonight. Big time show we got lined up for y'all tonight. Knicks, of course, winning game one. Rangers winning game one. Rangers in action tonight. We got the Yankees in action. Mets in action. Of course, NFL news is continuous at this time of the year. So we'll touch on that, man. But we got breaking news, man. Breaking news. Heart of the City, man. It doesn't happen too much here on a Tuesday night, man. But we got some breaking news tonight. Big news out the NBA, and that is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson reportedly going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. I think they're saying he's going to be reevaluated in 6 to 8 weeks. So big loss for the Knicks, man. Big time loss for the Knicks, man. Mitchell Robinson, what he does on the defensive end changes the game, changes the way teams attack the Knicks, man. Of course, man, with his length and size, pause, being able to protect the rim, being able to, push some of the bigger guys out of the paint. So of course, on the offensive and defensive rebound, he's a beast as well in those categories, man. So big time blow for the New York Knicks, man, as they look to go into tomorrow and take a 2-0 series lead against the Pacers, man. But I'm gonna turn it over to Coach, our resident Knicks fan, man. How you feeling about this, man? What's your initial thoughts on this Mitchell Robinson news?
It's bullshit. Excuse my language, everyone. First of all, hold up before I dive into your school, sis. Love and appreciate you. Make sure you hit me up later on. All right, we got to talk. All right, but yo, I just got the notification right before we live, man. Right before we went live, and for everyone who was talking that BS about Joel Embiid shouldn't have been suspended or all that other and all that BS. Bottom line, this is a cause and effect. This is the cause and effect. This is why, because that's a dirty play. You are purposefully hurting another player, not during the course of action. That's the reason why. And for the league not to, it's not a flagrant two, or you're not going to suspend them, is bull. It's bull. You because now what you're doing is you're actually telling other players in the league actions like that are acceptable, or at least for superstars. That's BS. And for anyone say I'm upset because it's a Nick. No, I'm also upset about the Jamal Murray BS too.
That was egregious, right?
I mean, what is this league doing? You talk about you're protecting players and all this and that, and load management, and everybody does all this and that, but yet and still you have quote unquote superstars who are they're really trying to hurt other players. Because back in the day, this leads up to, for those of you who don't know, do the research, go look up the Houston Rockets and the LA Lakers. Rudy Tomjanovich went out there to help out a teammate and got cold copped on. I mean, dude just popped him. And that's what this is what the league is standing for. Adam Silver, this is what you're standing for. And during the playoffs, you got a superstar who's pulling on. This ain't football. You're pulling another player by the leg. And yes, it was his hurt leg, but whatever. But you're pulling him down to the ground.
Mm.
And then Jamal Murray throwing stuff onto the court, trying to impact Cat. And Lord, what happens if his own teammate had stepped on it?
Yeah.
I have issues with this, man. Big time, I have issues with this. And then to get this and see this, but yet and still, the league doesn't want to suspend their superstars. You got people like Charles Barkley and all these guys are saying, "Oh no, you should suspend them." That's people want to see their players and want to see the superstars. Really? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't. If this is what the NBA is going to be, I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to watch. I'll watch college basketball, high school basketball. I won't watch the NBA if this is what you're telling me is the product because you want to keep your superstars on the court. Go ahead, bro. You got it, man.
Yeah. Nah, I understand, man, and it's right to be upset, man. There was some questionable calls in that game. Of course, with the what you call it, the screen. Then the kickball call, which was admittedly a bad call.
Bad call,
so
yes.
Now, and it is a problem. Officiating is a problem in all sports, the way I see it. Particularly in the sports that we cover, which is basketball and football. Primarily. So, I mean, yeah, it's an issue, man. It's an issue, man. But more importantly, man, your big guy's down. Your big guy's down. He's hurt, man, and you guys got to deal with that, man. Let me shout out to the chat real quick, man.
Yeah.
Don't want to be rude, man. What's good with you, Next Shift, man? What's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by, man. Nemar, what's good with you, bro? What up, man? Peace, man. I love to hear you, Knicks fans. How y'all feel about this Mitchell Robinson news here? Y'all comment in the chat for me. Big Blue in the Bronx, Alex, man, what's good, man? Says big ouch on the Mitchell Robinson news. Yeah, man. That's a huge blow, man, for the Knicks right now. Ghost Dog, yep. Peace and salute, man. Peace and salute to you too, bro. Appreciate your support as always. Of course, man. My sis Scooby, man. Appreciate you, sis, man. Thanks for tapping in, man. Daniel Berry Sports highlights. Appreciate you coming through. Leaf, what it do, bro? I'll shoot you the link here in just a little bit. Want to have some things out here with Coach, but I'll let you pop on in just a second here, brother. Yep, yeah, they
Shit, man. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me stop the cursing.
Yeah, she says I hate Robinson went down like that. Yep. Embiid is dirty and cheated the whole playoffs. Yeah. Joel Embiid, man, but. This changes things, man. And this is not something to just brush to the side here, So again, with the matchup, as I talked about in my preview, with Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam. Now you down to Hartenstein and who Achua?
Precious Achua.
Shout out to Josh Hart. I mean, he plays bigger than his size, man, but he's not going to be able to withstand, particularly Pascal Siakam in the low post. Because Miles Turner, he mostly, like to sit out by the 3-point line and run pick and roll. But Pascal, he'll get in there in the paint, get dirty with him. So, again, now that you don't have one of your main rim protectors, if I'm Indiana, I'm looking at it like, hey, let's go.
No, you're right in that regard. But in the same token, Mitchell didn't play a lot yesterday. He really didn't. If you really go and look at the minutes, I think he played a total.
Right, but that's one game, Coach.
No, I get what you're saying. That's why Precious Achua is going to have to step up. Tibbs is showing he's going to go with a 7-man rotation.
War of attrition in the NBA.
No, I know. Yes. He's. Is this going to pull Alex Burke up now? I mean, to be honest with you, you're going to have to play him just at least.
You're going to your bench. Exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
School. I'm just keeping my eyes on the game. So, I mean, I got a couple things going on. I mean, I even got trying to keep up with my Liberty because they're doing preseason against my girl Angel Reese.
So Yankees action. I'm trying to keep an eye on the Rangers here.
Our asses hammered right now.
Rangers 2-2 in the second. But yeah, man.
Yeah, no, but no, I mean, yes, Tibbs is going to have to go to his bench. That's a given. I mean, he's probably going to have to go even deeper. Is probably getting Shake Milton involved too a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to mix it up. OG is even though OG can play the four, sometimes you're going to have to give him that rest now. So I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, he went four guards yesterday. So I mean, he'll mix it up in that regard. But with Mitchell down, you're still going to need probably that eighth guy somewhere. Even if you try to steal 5, 7, 8 minutes in each of these games, somewhere along the line, yeah, because you can't have the starters playing 40 plus minutes a game. It's not going
Right,
to last. It's just
right.
not going to last.
And that's the whole thing right there. Now to your point, just looking here at the box score for that game last night. OG Ananobi 42 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
Brunson 44, Hart
Mm-hmm.
48, DiVincenzo 44. Mitchell Robinson only played 12 minutes, but those are
Mm-hmm.
12 valuable minutes, man. I'm
No,
telling
yes,
you.
exactly. No, I agree with you. I
So,
totally agree. That's where now you got to go to Precious. Now, the
mhm.
last time they went to Precious when
He
Mitchell
only played
Robinson went,
4 minutes. He barely
yeah.
played,
But the
but
last time they went to him, it was almost the same thing where he wasn't playing that much. Mitchell went out and his game went up. So
mhm.
he does bring you a different. Now he brings you scoring, but he's
More scoring.
physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he changes the dynamic defensively for Indiana in that regard. But in on the defensive end, yeah, that's where you lose because Mitchell, gets you. He gets you more blocks than Achul will get you, and more
Mhm.
offensive rebounds. But
Yeah.
Mitchell will get. I mean, Precious will get in there and he'll do what he needs to do. So, um,
Mhm.
but yes, it changes the whole dynamics of what you're going to do. Another big, strong body that you can throw out there. But to Indiana's point, Indiana spreads the floor. So Mitchell, that's why he didn't play a lot yesterday in terms
Mhm.
of because Indiana's going to spread the floor, and you have Miles Turner who likes to
Mhm.
shoot the threes.
Agree. Yep.
So pick and pop, he's spread, and that's not to Mitchell's.
Tudo, what's good with
Yes,
you,
so
Tudo?
Tudo, thank you for keeping up with the links, man. We appreciate it. So, I mean, in that regard, we have to see how it goes. My biggest thing, though, again, it's not even about the series. Let me preface that. It's about from
Mhm.
last series when people were saying Joel Embiid should not have been suspended or kicked out of that game. This is why you don't know what's going to happen in the long run. Same
Mhm.
thing with Jamal Murray throwing stuff on the court where guys could have stepped and hurt themselves. What type of message are you sending throughout your whole league? That's
Right.
my whole point. The players play whatever that's part of the game. That really is. But what are you sending in message wise to the players? That dirty play like this is allowed, or just superstars are permitted to do that? Where if you're not a superstar, you're going to look at getting kicked out. I mean, what about the integrity of the league? You just kicked out old boy for gambling and
Mhm.
banned him. And you said
Mhm.
because of the integrity of the league. Well, this is also another factor of protecting the integrity of the
Mhm.
league, in my opinion. So, but go ahead, Leaf. What's up, man? Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. I wanted to talk more on that point, Coach. About that thing. You absolutely right. Joel Embiid, he got away with a stabbing right in the middle of Times
Mm-hmm.
Square. He got away
Mhm.
with a brutal stabbing right in the middle of Times Square. But I will say this: the officials that are under Adam Silver are not the officials that were under David Stern. Now, now
Okay.
you now y'all both been around long enough to
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
that if
Yeah.
David Stern was running this ship, bruh, this shit would have been a whole lot different. So the thing is that we have to understand when the blind is leading the blind, and don't nobody know what to do, and that's what's going on here. To Adam Silver's credit, he knows what to do as far as business, but as far as the game goes, that's David Stern shit. David Stern knew
Mhm.
what to do as far as the game. We knew
Mm-hmm.
what to do as far as the game. It's one of the reasons, bro, why a lot of people don't believe it, but he got pushed out back in 2014. because he wanted to move on differently with the game. And since from 2014 going on to all the way now, that's why you had that soft shit. That's one of the reasons why the Golden State Warriors made 5 straight finals under right under David Stern. But I ain't gonna get into all of that. The point is, when you have league officials that's following the league front office or somebody that don't know what they doing, then you're gonna get somebody that don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get results like this. So that's on that front. About the injury, it is unfortunate. But the officiating overall in this playoffs has
Yeah.
has has been catered a lot to the style of play of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the New York Knicks, because they've been allowed to play this way, bro. I guarantee you, if one of these teams was playing a prime Golden State Warriors team when they had Steph and Clay, they'd be foul trouble instantly, and we all know it. Because the thing is, they was trying to push the Golden State Warriors in the conference finals and in the finals all the time. It's all about how the game is officiated. But now that it's back to being officiated, how a little bit how it was in that 90s and in the early 2000s period, bro, we in love with it, because we saw arguably the greatest defense that we've seen in a long time in the Minnesota Timberwolves
Man.
with J Mac, with Anthony Edwards, Rudy, who wasn't even near, and the defending
They
championship
did a
Denver
number on
Nuggets,
the Nuggets,
and
man.
the championship defending championship Denver Nuggets got almost 30 balled in their own home building. This shit is over with. If the Nuggets come back from this, man, they might as well win the whole damn thing. So
But
realistically,
let's swing it back to the Knicks though, real quick. How does this change this series? I really want to get into that, man, because my initial thought was Knicks in 7. That was my prediction. How does this change things for you guys? I mean, like, talk to me.
I don't. Well, I wanted to speak on it. I don't think it does. I think the Indiana Pacers, even the officiating in last night's game, that shit, like 3 calls was under review. Three of the last 4 calls was under review in the fourth quarter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Tyrese Halliburton turned the ball over a bit, but the game can't be decided off a screen, where it clearly was like, it was a lot of calls in that game. It was a lot of calls in both Knicks series, man. That was questionable, man. Like, it is what it is. It seems like the officiating it's basically the blind leading the blind, especially when it comes to these Knicks series. No pun intended, but it seemed like, all right, yo, we don't know what to do, and now we back in Madison Square Garden for the playoffs anymore.
And see, I have an issue when people say the Knicks, because you said it initially when you said Minnesota. If you're saying the teams that are physical, because that's Miami, that's Philadelphia, that's Boston, that's the Knicks, that's Minnesota. But when you single out the Knicks, then that's where I have an issue. Now, if you want to say it's geared towards teams that are being more physical, I agree with you. But when you make a statement that it's, the Knicks, yeah, are there situations that, the Knicks highlighted it, but Philadelphia was just as physical with the Knicks as the Knicks were with them. Miami was physical in their series with Boston. So it was, wait, was it Boston? Yeah, it was Boston. Sorry. You can't say it's or geared towards just the Knicks. That's
no. I'm not just my thing is not to just point to that. My thing is like, okay, yo, we know what's going on. Like, all right, like, but the thing is, any Knicks team that you could think of, bro, wasn't like a finesse Knicks team. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how they exceeded in the playoffs. So this is how they gotta play. When you think of the Knicks, now we thinking the Knicks of like a top defensive team. They playing a little bit physical. You got to think about you thinking of them how you thinking them in the 90s. Because a lot of people don't remember how they was in the 70s. So the thing is, this is how a Knicks team should play, and this is how a Knicks team should be played. So the thing is, now that and no point intended at all, man. And this is just me paraphrasing. This is what I think. I think that the league is seeing this. The league is seeing how that this style of Knicks play, where they gritty on defense and going after the rebounds and all of this stuff. They're doing that, and they're allowing that to be free flowing. We never, like the Minnesota team. Minnesota don't have a history of being physical,
Yes, they do.
My
Yes, they do. Go back to Kevin Garnett and Stephon Marbury in them. Yes, they do. When Kevin Garnett came out and they were a physical team.
I, I mean, but Minnesota don't
They
have a
wasn't
history.
necessarily known for that.
Minnesota don't
I
have
see
the
what you're saying, but
so
yeah.
I see what you're saying, but Minnesota don't have the history that the Knicks got. They don't have
I
the history that the Knicks got,
but
bro.
what I'm
And
believe
we
what
got to
I'm
be
getting
honest.
at. No, I get where you're going, but everything you're saying says it's about the Knicks. Instead of, yes, the beginning of the year, they said that they were going to allow a little bit more physicality. Some teams took advantage of that. I just went down the teams that did. A lot of other teams are finesse, but you just said that you see what's going on. The league is when it comes gearing it towards the Knicks, and that's why it's like you're saying that it's about the Knicks who John Carlos that damn 420. I'm sorry, when you say things like that. Now if you're saying that they're allowing physical play for everyone, fine, but what I'm saying, every time you say it, you're saying the Knicks. That's what I'm getting at when you speak on the level of physicality. Tibbs is an old school coach, yes. He agrees with physical play, yes. This team is built in Tibbs's vision, yes. But so is Miami, so is Philadelphia, so is, or Boston is a little bit more finesse nowadays. I'm sorry, let me back off of that. But Minnesota, I mean, and that's my point. It's not just the Knicks, and it's not,
It's the East teams, man, like it was in the 90s. Look, man, I always say this on this show. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
I
You
probably
know what I'm
worded it the
saying?
wrong way, bro. The thing is,
And you have that. Hold on, you have that physicality
Mm-hmm.
starting to come back into the league now,
Exactly.
just like it was back in the 90s.
90s.
What did I say? Before I said what the big man is coming back into the game now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just like it was back in the 90s. That's what I'm saying. It's always a cycle. Just
Yes.
like in football. Now you're starting to see teams running the football more, just like it
Mm-hmm.
was back in the day. They talking about it's a passing league. See what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
always wraps around and comes back to the groundwork, which is the foundation of sports, man. And the
Mm-hmm.
foundation of sports, like I said, is always about scoring to get you there, defense and to win you the thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at now. That's why you see Minnesota selling. That's why you see the Knicks doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all were even physical a little bit this year. Even though y'all didn't have the big bodies as much, but y'all play physical. Y'all play a physical brand of basketball.
I wouldn't really argue. I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I don't know. I've watched Claxton and I've watched what he does.
I
and
mean,
how
Claxton lowers the shoulder every now and again, but like he not somebody that's gonna do it for over 20 to 30 something minutes a game. Like his physicality comes in spurts.
But he matches the opponents. That's what I'm getting at. Like NYG said, being that he's in the East, if he's playing Philly, he's going to be physical if he's playing against MB. He has to be. Otherwise, he's just going to get walked all the time. And that's what I'm getting at. Like NYG said, in the East, they're more physical than they are out West. Minnesota is realizing that, and they're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
So it's not just the Knicks per se. It's just that Tibbs, that's what he likes, and I get it. And yes, everyone is going, the perception, quote unquote, is that it's the Knicks, but it's not, man. It's that's what's being allowed with a lot of these teams. And that's my whole point.
My thing is that I realize any time the Knicks has had a top something defense and they had a year like this, or they had a year like this going back to the 90s, bro. They're giving. Listen, and you brought up teams like Minnesota, you brought up teams like Miami, you brought up teams like Philly. I realize that the Knicks are giving a whole lot more of the benefit of the doubt to be physical than those teams. If I didn't word it the right way, they are giving way more of the benefit of the doubt to be more physical than those teams, and we all know that to be true.
I disagree with you. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I respectfully disagree.
What's Robinson's injury, coach?
It's his ankle. It's his ankle. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. Let me pull it up. It was on Yahoo Sports. He's out in indefinitely. He sustained a stress injury to his surgically repaired ankle.
Damn.
Need to
Damn. And
sign.
then damn, that's that. Yeah, that's a tough one.
And that's MB when he's going up to jam and he's pulling on him. Because remember, MB's a big man. So you got
Right.
to think about that. He's putting his weight to pull him down, and he pulled him to the ground and even pushed him when he was quote unquote coming down on top of him. So
So you
that's
saying that's when he got hurt?
that's the initial. That's my opinion. That's where the initial phase, and then Mitchell being the fighter, he's going to keep going. He's been late. He's been
Oh man,
limping.
they're down now.
He has been limping a little bit. That would explain why he got crammed on last night by Nisha.
Exactly. So yeah, they're
Man.
oh wow, they are trail. It's third.
Third period now. In the
Yeah.
second, going into the third.
But
But I get what you're saying, Lee, and I understand the perception. But see, when you say the Knicks are getting the benefit of the doubt, I mean, I'm sitting there watching Minnesota when they trapped Murray yesterday, right over there, and they were literally smacking away at him, and they didn't call a foul.
I'm not gonna. There was a lot of frustration on that point of Denver, because Denver last year they didn't see it. They didn't see a Minnesota defense like this.
Yes.
No, I mean they didn't see any type of defense like this throughout the entire run. If you go back to and Denver has had a long run. Everybody just think that Denver just came along and
Hmm.
then they just won a championship. No, Denver went through their lumps and they for those that's watching, Denver went through their lumps and they bruises as well. The last time they played the physical team close to this was back in the bubble when they played Dwight, AD, and JaVale McGee, and Joker basically had to deal with three bigs. He didn't have a DeAndre Jordan on the bench, but he has one now. But that's not going to make a difference in the series. At least I don't think so. But because the thing is, I think that time has come and gone. The thing is that the multiple bigs have always been winning championships. The front courts where the front lines are defensively sound have always been winning championships. You go back to that bubble championship that I just named, where AD was actually able to play the four and not being overused at the five like he's been since that point when he had Dwight Howard, when you had JaVale McGee. You go back to the Bucks when they had Brooke Lopez and a Giannis man in the paint, and they had PJ Tucker to come in to take the bumps and the bruises on defense, bro. Another small forward. You could go back. The only team that's able to been winning championships strictly mostly off of finesse was the Warriors. That was the only damn team, bro. They was the only team to get away with having a Draymond who was 6'7", 6'8" at the five. They was the only team to be able to get away with that, and even they ran a big when they had Bogut. So the reality of that all of these teams chasing all of this perimeter shit and all of these perimeter plays to me has always been a bullshit and a garbage idea. Zach Edey needs to end up with my team. He really does, because the thing and I'm gonna say it on this page. I'm gonna say it on this page, bro. Because
I'm gonna do you like they do me in the football circles, man. Who gonna get them the ball? We need a point guard.
No. The thing is, bro, the thing is when you're able to play high low with somebody that could get somebody that size that is able to get position inside the paint and then go right up, doesn't have to waste time with too many back to the basket moves or being a black hole in the post, and he can move bodies around. And like Joker's been moving bodies around, and like Joel's been moving bodies around, bro. It's gonna be a lot easier. His positioning is key. He knows how to position himself for rebounds, bro. Like the second that we get him, we are going to be instant contenders, and I know
you're not getting him. You'll have no draft picks, and he's going to be a first round draft pick. He's a first round draft pick. He's
gonna be going between 20 and 30.
I don't think he's a lottery pick.
No, I'm not saying. I said a first round. I said he's a first round draft pick.
First round, definitely.
Yes, a low first round.
It really depends on what team that drafts him and what team that's going to value his draft pick. Because the thing is, I think when he falls in that 20 to 30 range, the teams that may value him are probably a Minnesota or Denver, because they've been trying to value the bigs for a long time anyway. Fun fact, bro, like the Golden State Warriors could have had Anthony Edwards. They said no. They offered them Minnesota offered them the first overall pick because they wanted Minnesota wanted James Wiseman. They said no. The Golden State Warriors said no to Anthony Edwards.
Okay, I mean, I get it, bro. And at
And
that point in time, you're talking
yeah,
about a rookie. I mean, somebody potential. I get it. Wiseman was, as a big man, you said it yourself, Leaf. The perception of the big man and the wants of the big man. So I get it. But just my point was Zach Edey on the Nets. Focusing on that. Y'all just don't have the draft pick. Now, if y'all could trade for a draft pick,
that's what we're gonna do.
But who are you gonna give up to get him?
We probably don't. Nah, we probably gonna give up Dorian Finney-Smith because he got 1 year left on his contract, and we get rid of expiring contracts anyway. That's what we known to do.
I mean, it's possible.
Man,
it's possible.
This team is sad, man.
The reason why I said that is because the coach that we just hired has been coaching Zach Edey on Team Canada for the last 4 years. And so he knows how to play him. He knows what spots he likes to be.
I would like to see us start to do something with the talent that we already drafted. Start develop some of these guys like
we are developing them, but the thing is, we're gonna add on to that by having a presence in the paint, whereas Claxton doesn't have to get pushed around by the bigger, sloppier Europeans.
Yeah, well, then that means Claxton ain't gonna be on this team then.
Hey, probably I don't know where Claxton is going. Listen, Claxton's decision to stay here is his decision and his decision alone. So that's the thing about being an unrestricted free agent. You could go wherever the hell you want to go. So the thing about it is, like, we're saying, like, we're getting a whole bunch of news and a whole bunch of this, that, and the third from Nets of Law talking about they're going to value Claxton when you didn't even value him the whole season when when you knew he was an upcoming free agent. And this is one of the seasons where he should have been a guy that should have been shooting for first for all defensive team. And I would have probably allowed us to spend more money on him because anytime you make an all defensive team, you're going to get an incentive in your contract, and that's going to add to bonuses and shit like that. The fact of the matter is, bro, like, Clowney is showing that defensively, bro, he can show signs of being close to where Claxton is defensively, and he's already better offensively.
And that's my point, because you were saying add another big. That's why I'm like, what about the guys we got? What about Noah Clowney? What about Day'Ron Sharpe? What about Claxton? What are we doing with some of these guys? We're bringing in more big guys when clearly we need some perimeter shooting and some playmaking at that spot too. Can't nobody break down the defense on this team besides Cam Thomas.
Well, I put it to you this way, bro. It seemed like
that's where I'm looking at it.
I mean, yeah, that's why I'm looking at. But the thing is, point guards don't grow on trees, man. So the thing is,
they don't.
Cam Thomas. The thing with Cam Thomas, bro, like, I think he's going to be probably in more position of a combo guard instead of scoring machine.
Yeah.
Zach Edey is coming to the Knicks. Zach Edey is coming to the Knicks.
He's not coming to the Knicks, bro. Stop it, please. Stop.
Zach Edey is coming to the Knicks.
No, he's not. Y'all don't know.
Zach Edey is coming to the Knicks.
No, he's not. No, he's
Zach
not.
Edey is coming to the Knicks.
Don't try to, coach. Don't try to undercut, bro.
No. You want to know what, Leaf? Before any of y'all Nets were saying that, I've been talking about Zach Edey. I've been following Zach Edey for years, and I said I wanted him on the Knicks. So do you want to talk about undercutting? I've been talking about it way before you have even said it, because I follow the Big Ten, and I saw this man in the Big Ten as a freshman, and I said, "Damn, that's a big kid," and he grew and developed. So, and he will fit because of his size and the way Tibbs wants to play defense. And you imagine him pick and roll with Brunson.
I ain't gonna lie, his pick and roll game with any type of shot creation, bro, like, would be like elite.
That's what I'm saying. We need something.
We need somebody that's gonna impose, bro. Because listen, Cam Thomas at his age has already proven that his shot creation is just as elite as anybody else that's in the league right now. So the reality is that, in my personal opinion, that the reality, I strongly believe that we'll have something on that front. But the thing is that the thing that we got going for us is that we have a coach that knows how to coach him. the thing is, now you said what you said about Tibbs, bro. Like, and I appreciate that. But the thing is, we have a coach that understands how to coach him. Tibbs is gonna have that boy out there playing over 30-something minutes.
No. See, the thing about it, why I say that, either Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson is going to be gone. Right now, Hartenstein is a free agent. So if you're keeping Mitchell, okay. But now if you can get him, that's still a big combination. So you want to sit here and say that Tibbs is going to play him extensive minutes? No, he's not. No, he's not. If you have a good two-man combination there at the center spot, Tibbs knows what to do with him. Now, Mitchell will be better on the defensive end than Zach Edey, but at 7'4", 300 pounds, with a great back to a basket, has a great touch in the offensive game. He knows how to set picks. He knows how to move. It's just that his lateral quickness on the defensive end is his liability. So, conversely, if you have him on the offensive end, there it is. You work the two together. They're not going to use up a lot of minutes. Tibbs is not going to do that.
I'm gonna be real pissed off if we don't end up.
Yeah, I know you will. I know you will. And that's kind of why I said it. Do I think the Knicks are going to?
Bro, we got the worst GM in basketball running.
He is, but to his credit, he does not. To his credit, he does know how to draft. I will give him.
I don't have no confidence, bro.
I don't have no.
You have a new coach and the worst GM, and you trying to build a roster. Like, this dude is not proven he can build a roster.
You have no picks, bro. That's what I'm saying. To MYG's point, he's like, he doesn't trust him. Do you trust him to make the right trade to get you draft picks?
No.
Well, here's my thing. Listen, all I know is right after we hired Fernandez,
a roster with 3 Hall of Famers. No,
right. Look. All I know is this. Right after we signed Fernandez, after the season, we went from him saying, we don't want nothing in the draft, and then we hired Fernandez, and then he's saying, he wants something in the draft. It's not a coincidence that the coach that's been coaching him on Team Canada is over here, bro. The year that he's about to come out
and fire that motherfucker and put him on.
Okay, that's all well and good, Leaf. I get what you're saying, okay. But the bottom line is you have no draft picks. And if nobody trades with you, there's not a damn... It's like the New York Football Giants when they were trying to trade up to number 3. If New England don't want to trade with you, there's not a damn thing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So the question is, what is the value of your assets on your team? What does the rest of the league think? As fans, we get so attached. Me as a Knick, I admit it. But let's take the emotion out of it and put logic into the equation. First and foremost, how are your players evaluated and valued across the league? Is there anyone that you have heard that teams are interested in giving up a first-round draft pick so you can get Zach Edey? If the answer is no,
you could have got 3 for him.
Okay, you could have got 4. You could have got 4.
Was it 4?
I think it was 4.
No, it was at least 3.
If I'm not mistaken, it was 4, and he turned it down. So, and right now, with the season and the way it went down a little bit, is he still valued at 4 draft picks? Because I would say I don't think people.
Wait, you saying? Wait, hold up.
Mikal Bridges.
No. The thing is that whole 4 draft picks from supposed 4 draft picks from Houston. That was what was in that trade is that 2 of those picks were I think unprotected or some other mess going on or whatever. So we wasn't getting all of our draft picks that we sent the Houston Rockets back. We were getting 2 and then a possible something else. But like it was a whole bunch of things wrong with that. It was a whole bunch of things that was wrong with that deal. But like. No. It was never really on the table. There was never really 4 picks for Mikal Bridges. That was a farce. That they just said 4 picks, but nobody actually explained the fine print details in that trade. So the reality is that we really dodged a bullet because there wasn't a current player in that supposed trade. There wasn't a Jalen Green. There wasn't a Amen Thompson. Nobody was in that. There wasn't even a Cam Whitmore in that trade. You know what I'm saying? So realistically,
It
there
was
was
just a
nobody.
pick. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't do that in the NBA now. You have to it has to be dollar for dollar too. Don't forget that. That's a
Yes.
big factor. You have to have
The
dollar
new
for
CBA, yes, the new CBA
exactly
has to be dollar for
dollar
dollar.
for
Yeah,
dollar. So
yeah,
so
and it's one of the reasons, why the trades are so difficult to move. But the thing is, with expiring contracts that's under like $17 million, in a team basically in a team that would draft a Zach Edey, basically it's like, all right, yo, we got 17 million man to spare, this, that, the third. You can have that. You can have that one exception, and you could throw something. And you could throw cash considerations in there. They do it all the time. They've been doing cash considerations in trades, especially in the, come draft time and draft night. We seen it all the time. So the reality, our only reality of getting Zach Edey is through trade in the draft. That's our
yeah,
only reality.
exactly. No, and that's my point, and that's where I say if you could look around the league, first and foremost, who are you going to get at least one first round draft pick along with a player to come along with that. Now, if you want to say Mikal Bridges, okay. If you're going to get one draft pick, are you willing to give him up?
Are
And
we
where
willing to
where
give him? Well, the thing is that when you giving up a draft pick, I know the dollars have to add up.
Mhm,
That's what
mhm.
I know. I'm not sure if the draft picks have to be exchanged the same. I'm not
No,
sure about that.
no,
So
what I'm
so the
saying when I say the draft pick, for example, okay, if you're trading Mikal Bridges and you get a player back with a contract to meet, but now they're going to give you a first round draft pick because that contract is say 3 years, so you got to eat that contract for 3 years, so they're going to give you a first round draft pick to go along with that. That's when I say the draft pick. It's not just the draft picks or in that regard. It's what is the contract? Is it a long contract? Is it because you look at Mikal Bridges, he's young. What is he getting paid? How long? Because he's what in his last year or two, if I'm not
I think it's
mistaken,
Nah.
second to last.
second to last. So if you pull someone who has a 3-year contract,
Mm.
the other team trading with you may give you a first round to take that said player, to get Mikal Bridges. I hope I made myself clear.
Yeah, no, you
So
did, no,
so
you did.
so what about this? Let me pitch this out to y'all, man, because I was
Hmm.
having a conversation with somebody out on social media, and I'm just gonna read it out here. He says, "I've been saying the net situation is eerily similar to the ones the Knicks were in 2022 when they went 37 and 45. Knicks kept building and added a 6'1" lead guard that fit their um, TL while maintaining future flexibility.
Hmm.
That should have the opportunity to do the same in the summer." And I posed a question. I said, "Well, who do you suppose we get?" And he says, "Donovan Mitchell." Says he feels a need. He's young enough to be considered a foundational piece on a team trying to retool for a 3 to 5 year window. And because he's expiring, the Nets have threat of enough cap to sign him next summer. I think he costs less than people think in a trade. What's your thoughts on that? And the Rangers just scored, tied the
my
game.
my
Let's
my
go.
my my my, my thoughts on that. My thoughts on that is like, okay, if we're gonna get Donna, if we're going to get Spider, bro, strictly out of free agency, I'm cool. But if we doing anything via trade, I don't
Pick.
trust it because our GM, bro, has proven that he could basically fuck the dope up, man, by trading away any damn thing. So I don't trust him when it comes to trades. Now, in terms of free agents and draft picks, I trust him because he's drafted Cam Thomas. He's drafted Nick
That's
Claxton.
fair. That's fair. That's
He's
fair.
drafted Noah Clowney. He's drafted Wilson. He's drafted Jared Allen. He's drafted all of these players. He signed
It's
Kevin
Predator
Durant. He
scores.
signed Kevin Durant. He signed Kyrie Irving. Those are some damn good signings. In terms of trades, hell no, I don't trust him because he traded for Ben Simmons and waived the
Right.
injury report.
Earl, what's good, Earl? Appreciate you coming through.
So no, I don't trust him when it comes to trades, bro. Like now, in terms of a trade for a draft pick, now,
Yes, we'd
coach
like to
coach
see
had
that.
mentioned
Tie
now
game.
coach had mentioned how it was gonna work. See the thing is, Dorian Finney-Smith is in his final year coming up. this season with 16 mil. Now we got to find somebody around that mark that has Zach Edey on the team, and that way we could get the Zach Edey pick along with that, because like not all picks get signed. Like we do know that a lot of like 60 players is going to get drafted, but not all 60 players are going to get signed. So the reality is that who is going to sign Zach Edey? That's the thing about
If
it.
you
Who is going to
signed in
have
the first round contract, those are guaranteed. So first rounders stay.
first rounders? Okay, so first rounders stay. So outside of lottery, what are first rounders getting?
That I don't know what their
I
actual
don't know the NBA.
what their actual rate
if
is.
first rounders is getting maybe
it's slotted, right? It's slotted.
Yeah, it's slotted. Everything is slotted
like
nowadays.
that.
It's just that I don't know specifically what their contracts. If it's 4 years at say $40 million as an example, I don't know. I don't know that. I'd have to try and see if I can.
Yankees 10-1 over the Astros.
So as far as I know, and the reason why I'm going like this, because Noah Clowney is a first round pick. He was picked at 21. The way his contract looks is $500,000, then team option, because the team rights own the rights to that contract. So team option is picked up after in his third season. The team option is picked up. So that means that the team basically has to pick that option up and then sign him to whatever they want.
I got it right here. So, for an example, pick number 1, this is for the 2023-2024 rookie salary scale. Pick number 1 is first year is $10,133,900. Year 2 is $10,648,000. Year 3 is $11,147,000. And now, if I'm going to go down to pick number 30, which is the last one, it's year 1 is $2,011,000.
What's good with you?
$100. Year 2 is $2,111,600. Year 3 is $2,212,400 or whatever.
Right.
But you understand where I'm going. So at 30, you're roughly around $6-7 million.
So the basically the first 3 years for any first round pick is basically solidified with money.
Yeah, and then the fourth year option percentage increase over the third year. So they give a breakdown. For the pick number 1, it's 26.1% over the third year. And then the qualifying offer goes into the fifth year. It's a percentage increase over the fourth year, which is 40%. So it increases as the years go on. And then at the bottom end, it's 80. Year 4 is 80.5% over year 3. And then over year 4, it's 60%. So, they do make some money, but it's, it's not like, at the bottom end, it's not like you're making $10 million. They're probably making close to maybe $5 million when you really break it down. No, actually 80%.
So the way our trade would have to work, based on where Zach Edey is projected to get picked in between the 20s and 30s of the late first round. It would have to be like just verbatim. Dorian Finney-Smith, who's getting like $16 million in his last year, for somebody that's probably getting maybe 14, 13 million or something like that, and then the Zach Edey pick obviously in the draft, because
get him. Yeah.
Okay, Coach, so are you streaming the game tomorrow?
I know Alex asked me, and Man Cave also asked me, so. I'm probably going to be streaming with one of those guys.
I need to start doing some WNBA games myself. The NBA playoffs is trash. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Jacob. I have that in Coach's Corner too. So
let's man. Let's
The Rangers winning right now.
Rangers are 3-3.
No, it's 3-3.
So the Islanders is out.
Yeah, Islanders are done. Rangers are still in it. Which brings me to my next topic of discussion here. Is it 94 all over again? Rangers, man. Knicks, 94. We all know what happened. Rangers went to the championship, took home the chip. Knicks went to the championship and choked. So, is this a repeat of who was it been 30 years ago?
Yes, it is. It's an exact repeat of that because we all know good and damn well the Knicks ain't gonna win no damn championship with the
Who
team that they
they
got right
won't?
now.
Who to say they won't? Everyone's out there saying that, oh well, they shouldn't have made it this far and this and that, and look at what they're doing. I get what you're saying, but you can't say damn well. You think,
No,
but it's not a
no,
damn well
no,
because
coach.
it's played on. Look, I'm telling you from experience from a coach who's coached a team that everyone said you shouldn't win, and I won a championship over the number one team at the minor league semi-pro football level, and I won a championship with the 30th ranked team. So kill me with that, you damn well. It's you play to win the game. You win it on
Play
the
to
court.
win the game.
They
So
do
can
play.
they
Yeah,
win it? Can they
you
win
do
it?
play to
Yes.
win the game. But how long? How long are
I
the
need
New
to get
York
that
Knicks?
drop.
And I'm being and I gotta be honorable here. How long are the New York Knicks gonna get away with Josh Hart at the 4? How long are they gonna get away with playing this hustle small ball lineup? And when they run into a team that know how to counter react to shit, a la Minnesota, bro, then we're gonna see. Then we're gonna see
And I heard the
what the shit
same
is really
thing.
like. How
I
long?
heard the
How long are they
same
gonna get
thing.
away with that?
Didn't
How
we
long?
hear
How
the
long?
same thing?
What
Didn't we hear the
what's gonna
same thing
happen?
earlier
What's
in
gonna
the
happen
season?
when Mitchell Robinson is needed, bro, and they don't have him? What's gonna happen then? I
And
tell
I
you what's gonna
heard
happen.
the same
Doom.
thing. I heard the same thing early in the year. How
Yeah,
is
they're
he going to
going
play?
before.
And I was one who said I can't see Josh Hart playing the 4, and I was wrong. And that was, am I correct, NYG? Didn't I say that
Mm-hmm.
early in the year?
Yep.
And it proved me wrong. And he consistently, game after game after game after game, plays however many minutes, and it blows my mind. So yes, they have said to me, shown me that from time after time, these guys go out there, play with a lot of grit, determination, and heart. So can the Knicks, if they continue, it is possible. Now, if you want to say what's the percentages that you're going to give it, coach? Okay, I'll say maybe 30 to 40%. I'll be honest and be and not be a homer with that. But to sit here and say, "Damn well, it's not going to happen," no, that's a lie.
I
Listen,
want to know. I just want to know.
I'm not gonna do this anymore, bro. Like, listen,
Look.
I'm gonna make my voice be heard on here. I guarantee you, the New York Knicks is not winning the championship. How about
Okay,
that? I
okay,
guarantee
Charles Barkley.
every last one of you
Okay,
blue and
Charles Barkley.
tangerines, y'all
Okay,
ain't
no,
gonna
no,
win a
you didn't say it right. You
championship.
didn't say it right. You didn't say it right. I guarantee. You got to get that right now. Come on, Lee. Come on, get it to
I
me now.
guarantee the
No,
New York
that's not
Knicks
how
is
he
not
says
gonna win
it.
a
It's
championship.
guaranteed. You got to get that country accent with it. Come on, Lee. I know you're New York City, but give me a little country with it, bro. Come on. Come
He's
on.
from New York
I'm
City,
not
boss.
giving no country with it, bro. I'm saying it how I'm saying it. I
You know how you
guarantee
do
all of
around here in
y'all the
Mississippi.
Yo,
New York
Lee. Yo,
Knicks is
Lee.
not winning no
Yo, Lee.
championship.
Lee, bro, on the real, I
From New
love
York
you,
City,
bro. I
boss.
love this. I love this. This is great, man. This is taking it back to the stoop back in the day, man. Yes, I love
Yes.
this. Yes.
Yes,
The Knicks have a better chance.
and
Yeah, the
listen,
Nets
listen,
ain't in the playoffs.
and
You
I
know
want
that.
to continue, to dig the knife even further. Listen to all of you blue and tangerine fans out there that's watching this and enjoying all of this. The Knicks are going to continue to fail you for as long as you live. They are going to continue to
Mm.
fail you. They are going to continue to fumble right at the 1 yard line because
So
they
what
just
about the
not
Nets?
good enough.
What about the
It's just
Nets?
that simple. The
What about
Nets
the
are
Nets?
the
You're
net
going to
the
fail
net
you too. They're going to
no,
fail
no,
you
they not.
too.
No, no,
Yes, they
no,
are.
they not.
So,
No, they
so
not.
the Knicks are going to fail us, but the Nets and the Nets have
Nets,
improved
the
now.
Nets
One,
don't
yeah.
have. I don't have no expectations for the
Come on,
Nets.
girl.
So
Come on. Come on. You know what, Lee?
The thing is
You know what?
the
You're right,
the
Lee. You're right,
expectations
Lee.
for the
I'm
Nets.
wrong. I'm wrong, Lee. You
The
win. You
expectations
win.
for the Nets has
You win.
disappeared. I already explained this. The $180 billion that the New York Knicks have spent from 1980 all the way to now doesn't, bruh, it far exceeds the Kevin Durant and
a lot of
Kyrie
money.
era. It far exceeds it, bruh.
You're
Like
right. You're
it's
right,
10
bro.
times as worse.
You're right, bro.
All of the debacles that the New York Knicks have had, bruh, from every decade in this league, other than outside of the 70s, they have failed children in the city. They have failed adults in the city. They have failed basketball fans for many, many years. The Brooklyn Nets have only been here for 12 years. They have failed nobody. New Jersey had no expectations for them. The upper New York State had no expectations for them when they came into the league back in 1976. Nobody did. Nobody did. The Nets were just there. The Nets were just that team. They was just that team that was just running around the tri-state area. Nobody had it. The Knicks have been failing people for years. And they are going to continue to fail people for years. My father knows it. He's in his 60s. Everybody in my family knows it. They are going to fail people for years because they are failures. This is what they do. They are the Knicks. They're going to continue to fail people. They're going to fail you, coach, and they're going to fail Lou, and they're going to fail everybody else that comes up in here that puts faith in them every time they get a team. They're going to fail them. Why? Because they are the Knicks. That's why.
The Nets don't. The Nets, the Long Island Nets, the New Jersey Nets, or the Brooklyn Nets, they haven't failed, right? Okay.
They haven't had any expectations.
Rangers got
to
a
fail.
power play here with 9:23 left.
They went to the NBA Finals and got swept by the Los Angeles Lakers. Swept. Yeah. Okay, but that's not a failure. That's not a failure. But the Knicks is a failure.
The expectations were not the same when they got Jason Kidd and they went to the finals.
What does it matter?
It was reporters that thought the world was flat when they got there. They didn't know. They was just like, yo, the Nets really got out of the East. That Eastern Conference was sickening. The year before that, Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers got out of the East. Come on.
All right.
You can yell all you want. But my question is, the Nets organization, whether they're in New Jersey, whether they're in Brooklyn, whether they were in Long Island, whether they played in Piscataway. Yes, they played in Piscataway at Rutgers. Rutgers. So I know the history of the Nets, bro. Mm-hmm. I know the history. So my question is, whether they are part of this league. They have been to championships. If you're going to argue that the Knicks are failing their fan base, my only rebuttal is you're telling me the Nets, and don't give me, it's only Brooklyn. They've only been here 12 years. It's still the Nets. When they came from New Jersey, they were still, the ownership was the same. Mm-hmm. So my question is, they haven't failed the Nets fan base?
They haven't failed the Nets fan base as much as the Knicks have failed the Knicks fan base.
No, it's not as much as it's a simple. I'm going to be a lawyer. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay.
They haven't.
They haven't. Give me some of what you smoking, bro. I need some of what you smoking right now.
They haven't. You know why?
No. Unless you calling for Scotty because you getting beamed up, bro.
Because the support system is not the same. The expectations is not the same. And the New Jersey market to the New York market is not the same, bro. Like, and even though it is a tri-state area, well, listen, it's still a Knicks town because the Nets haven't done anything. That's why.
And this is where I'm of the belief, and we're gonna leave it here because we got to move on. But I'm of the belief of ain't nobody got shit to talk because ain't.
Thank you. That's my point. That's my point, NYG.
Can't brag on the Knicks. Knicks fans can't brag on the Nets. Nets fans can't brag on the Knicks. Ain't nobody know that shit.
Thank you.
Listen. Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I always like to make sure that the blue and tangerine group know where they stand, bro, and know how much and know what's gonna happen.
I agree with you, Leaf. The Knicks fans do get a little cocky, so to speak, but ain't none of these fan bases got nothing to talk about for real. That's why I'm watching the Rangers game. Hold on, NYG. They get it done.
Hold on, NYG. Hold on. Yo, everyone out there, got 46 in the chat. Yo, you guys are phenomenal. Make sure y'all hit the like button for today's episode because it is flaming out here. Make sure you subscribe to all of us, man. Hit that notification button and always share on all your social media platforms because you guys are part of this family to help this grow. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir. Let's do that. Let's definitely keep it going.
Rangers, like I said, 3-3 still in the third period. I'm keeping an eye on the game. Let's check in on the Yankees and the Mets real quick. Yankees 10-1. Let's go. Astros ain't looking so hot this year, are they? Where you at, Coach Dante?
Yeah. All right. A quick update too on the Liberty, because they're in preseason action against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky out in Chicago. Right now, it's not looking good. 74-43 in the fourth quarter. But I will say this, because this was part of Coach's Corner. They had like 6 rookies that they were going to be playing. So I know they pulled their starters early in the game. So you get them out there a little bit in the first, you're starting 5 just to go, and then you pull them out the game and you see what you got because you want to work on your bench. But, I'm not worried about it. It's preseason action. So, the Sky have more to try and work into the game. So there you go.
That's a fact. That is a fact. And
the Mets bottom of the 6th. Can't forget the Metis. They up over the Cardinals 6-4.
Oh, Michelle Smallman is not going to be happy tomorrow. She is not going to be happy.
Why say that?
Oh, she's on Sportsmanlike. She's a Cardinals fan. She knows baseball, and she grew up a Cardinals fan because she's from the Midwest. So,
oh, okay. Nimar said Knicks in 4. I don't know. I don't know about this Knicks in 4 and 5 mess, man. Like Indiana, y'all, had not been for some questionable calls, I mean, Indiana probably wins that game.
I ain't gonna lie, because that fast break dunk that Obi did it through the legs fast break. He did it before.
That was sick.
But he did it before. I'm not gonna say he did it before.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like, whoa,
I thought it was a windmill. I had to blink for a minute. I was like, yo, did he just do it through the legs?
No, he's always done that. Even when he was with the Knicks, he always does that.
Yeah, he did do that before. Yeah. But somehow that dunk felt a little bit different. I was like,
it's the same. Shit. It's the same dunk. It's the same dunk, man. You can go back and pull up Knicks film, and you'll see the same thing.
Put a little off on it.
So yeah, of course, because he's in New York and he was at home. But if you want to be honest, okay, but you go to Indiana and you're same situation because you're playing behind Pascal Siakam when you were doing the same thing with the Knicks. So the thing is, okay, and into the regard of with the referees or whatever, don't forget Indiana was up by 9 in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks fought back to do what they had to do to win the game. So, people have been blaming the referees, whatever. Indiana, and shout out to their head coach and to Miles Turner, who both said it. They're like, we have to be accountable because we were up and we allowed them to, in a sense, get back into the game and get the opportunity to win the game. So, it's not like, the Knicks robbed them or the league robbed them. They had the lead in the fourth quarter. So that is also...
A lot of people saying they got robbed, though. A lot of people
I understand that. They say that's saying that late in the game. But if you're up 9 points and you maintain that lead, those don't come.
And I told y'all in the chat, when y'all was calling the game, that was a flop on DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo sold that call. That should have not have been called that late in the game.
No, by the letter of the law. He added to it, but by the letter of the law, of the rule.
The letter of the law, coach, they will call that call all game long, man.
They ruled the 2 minutes. The 2 minute they pulled out. It's in the 2 minute review. Pull it up. They said Miles Turner leaned into.
It was a bad call. It was a bad call that shouldn't have been
made. It was
made.
a foul. It was he accentuated. He added to it, but it's not like it was not a foul. It was a foul. That's the point. It was
a bad call.
Okay.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. It was a bad call. You don't call that in a fucking playoff basketball game. Like, come on.
Okay, now you don't call a foul in the playoff basketball.
It wasn't a foul. It was barely a foul. This dude flopped. He sold the call.
He added to it. You want to say no? Listen to me. Did I just say that he added to it? Yes, right. He added. But the point being is Miles Turner leaned his shoulder into him.
And if that's the Miles case, Turner they need even to call said that every single time, bro.
I am not disagreeing with you. Now, you want to talk about the whole game? Call it the whole game. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Call it down the middle. But don't let that call go on all game long. When we saying they was running pick and roll all game long, and then at the last final minutes you call it.
Yes, I agree with you. Consistency
I
with
don't agree with that.
officials. It's just like in football. If you don't call certain holds, don't call it late in the game. Now, and that's my issue with like the 2-minute bullshit BS that everyone, oh, I want to see it. Well, why is that more important than the rest of the game? If they're calling these fouls at the beginning of the game, the players adjust. They adjust.
Yeah. Do you need to
So
be consistent? I agree
exactly. So now, are players going to embellish? Yeah, every last player embellishes. I don't care what team it is. I don't care if it's the Nets. I don't care if it's the Lakers. I don't care if it's Minnesota. Every last play, and they try to influence calls. And officials get suckered. They make bad calls. But the bottom line is the ruling is that was a foul. Should they have been calling it all game? Yes, you are $1,000,000,000% right. But to sit here and say, well, you shouldn't call it, no, that's not true. If you see it, you call it. Plain and simple.
In that situation, you should not have called it because of what I said. You're not keeping it 100. You're not keeping it
that
fair.
part. Yes, you're right. You're not being consistent.
Yeah. So it wasn't
fair,
a foul.
Fair,
yeah, technically.
Fair. See, you said fair. Consistent.
Okay, cool. Technically, if you want to say it's a foul, okay, cool. But in this game, in this moment, the way they've been calling the game,
yes,
and we talked about this earlier, how physical the Knicks were being. Yeah,
right.
It should not have been called. So they got away with one, in my opinion. They got away with one.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. They got away with one.
So that's not the first time that happened.
This is the only thing I'm getting at is it just seems like only the Knicks got away with calls. All right.
And I'm talking about that particular game.
No, the 2-minute rule, go pull it up. They even called out things that was against Indiana. That's my point. Everyone is pointing at the Knicks. Go pull up the 2-minute report, and you'll see things. They even said Indiana had a 3-second call that was not called. But no, that's not these things. When it comes to the Knicks, oh no, that doesn't.
Don't play that victim.
No, it's not the victim. You're sitting here. So you just said Indiana. You just said I'm not. All right, fine.
That's all I'm saying. It was a garbage call.
I don't.
You're trying to play victim because you're a Knicks fan.
I'm not playing victim. It is not like It is not. It's not. I'm not playing victim. But you sit here and say be fair. You just said be fair. Well, then what about so I said being consistent across the board. So if you're going to sit here and say, well, what about those calls that when the league pulled it up and said this, not Coach Ed, the league. Yeah, so it's not me playing victim.
Also said they effed up on the call. You want me to?
Not that call. They messed up on. Pull up the 2-minute on that call. They said that was a foul. They said that was a foul.
I said this after game 2 of the last series. I quote, and I'm standing on it firmly. I said this is the NBA making up for what happened to the Knicks back in '95. When Reggie Miller scored 8 points on him, with 8 points on him in 6 seconds, bro. Like that's what it was. It was just the NBA. It was just the NBA just saying, "Hey, our bad, New York. You know what? Reggie Miller did push whatchamacallit in the bag,
so the other 20 years in between that until the Knicks started winning now. So the other 20 years, this conspiracy theory,
with you, Breezy?
All of this that you're talking about, all everything that you said back when Reggie Miller, but what about after 2000 when the Knicks were garbage? Why didn't the league sit here and skew things towards the Knicks then?
It wasn't anything to protect because the Knicks was garbage on their own. And if we want to go, if we want to go back,
you're right. I'm wrong. Everybody in the chat, Coach Ed is wrong. No. Coach Ed is wrong. Coach Ed is wrong. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. No, I don't. We don't have to go back. We don't have to go back further. Y'all got it. Y'all won. There's no reason.
Because back in 1985, bro, somehow, some way, the first draft lottery went to the New York Knicks, bro. Like so it's a lot of unspoken conspiracies where we can speak about that regards to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, listen, y'all not innocent. Y'all not innocent in none of this. Yeah, listen, everybody knows the Knicks from the 1985 all the way on to Patrick Ewing's departure, bro, was like a good time to be a Knicks fan, bro. It was a good market. It was a hell of a damn era. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, I think that we losing sight of what it takes for a Knicks team to win games. And that's not me pointing at the officiator. I'm pointing at the fact that they have more MORE, more leniency to be physical than a lot of other teams. These are facts. When they are physical and they're showing that they're physical, bro, they are the standard. Go back to the 90s. Go back to the 90s. There was not a team more physical than them.
I don't know about that, Lee, but what I do know is last night the Pacers got robbed.
The refs have already admitted that.
What is that called? What is that called?
How many games is that already?
Wait a minute. NYG,
that was a kickball call.
Thank you. That was a kickball. We were talking about the screen, and that's where I said pull up the 2-minute report.
I did say 2 calls that they missed, though. Okay. So we got stuck on that 1 call, but this was the other one that they blew.
I said that. I've been said that was that because at first I couldn't tell, but then I said during the course of the stream I did say. Yeah, that hit his hand. I admit that. There is no that's facts. Y'all talk facts? That's facts. The rest blew that. And the Pacers had a fast break opportunity off of that because you had DiVincenzo up top, and then Brunson was to the left, and then you had a 4-on-1, possibly 4-on-2. So there was a scoring opportunity for Indiana off of that. All right, and it was a tied game at that point in time. A tied game. So yes, they blew that call. My whole point was strictly the screen. That was it. That's all I was talking about.
Yeah. I think they were both bullshit calls, to be honest with you. But look, Knicks got the win. Okay. One game, 121-117. Let's swing it forward.
What the fuck is... Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, you got it.
Nah, it's 88-43. They're not scoring.
88-43.
It was just 7. Like they just went on I think a 14-0.
Well, who we talking about?
The Liberty.
Oh, the Liberty. Oh.
I'm gonna mute because I'm gonna pull up the string right now. Go ahead, keep talking.
Didn't they just get out of the final?
10-1. 10-1. Yankees top 9. We got Mets 6-4. Going into the bottom of the 7th. And, of course, the Rangers still 3-3 right now. But, yeah, man. So, Knicks, like I said, moving on to game 2.
91-47, 3 minutes left.
What is our predictions for game 2 before we wrap up this Knicks conversation and get into some
my predictions for game 2 is that I don't think the Knicks is going to allow it to be close again. The Pacers don't get enough stops. That's my problem. Their bench is bench saves them a great deal. Defense. Yeah. Their bench, TJ McConnell and their bench has been saving them a great deal. And I don't know how much production you're going to get out of your bench come playoff time. If they're going to have these games where they can continue to save them and keep them in games. The fact that the Knicks won a game where the score was north of 115 points against this Pacers team just shows me that the Pacers are not defensively. They don't get enough stops, and that's my problem. But the Knicks did they kind of did themselves a disservice in the first half of yesterday's game. They didn't go immediately shoot for offensive rebounds because they had to get back on defense because they know the Pacers like to kick that shit up the court and get out on the break.
All right, we're going into overtime here in
so they couldn't afford
in the Garden to go for the Rangers and Carolina Hurricanes. Go ahead.
So they couldn't afford to go to they couldn't afford to go for offensive rebounds, which is one of their biggest strengths. However, getting back on defense is another one of their biggest strengths. But at the same time, the Pacers, bro, when the Pacers get in a quote unquote hot potato mode, where they start throwing the ball all over the court, man, against a team like the Knicks, you bound to turn the ball over. So the thing is, they have to figure out a way to get more consistent offense. I don't mind them playing fast. I just mind them playing in control. They don't play in control enough. It's a lot of sporadicness, and it's a lot of like, let's hurry up and get the ball up the court. Tyrese Halliburton, he is a open court merchant, bro. Like his half court game against defense is against solid defenses and great defenses. Just send him left. He can't like he needs a 10 top. He needs 10 that did 10-5 dishes out the
I
screen.
watched him. I was gonna say I watched him play, man, and I haven't seen a lot of Tyrese Halliburton play, man. But
His self creation is not
it's
there.
something missing from his game. Yeah, I'm like for
It's
this guy's.
his self creation is not there. It's not there.
Yeah,
Someone was talking about they're wondering if his hamstring is still giving him problems from earlier in the year.
he don't look right, bro. Like something's missing from his game.
Which is why McConnell stepped up, and I mean McConnell was killing us.
Yeah,
yesterday.
he definitely.
I mean, he was just being surgical and just getting into the lane and doing whatever he wanted. So I mean, to Lee's point in terms of the bench points. I mean, now the Knicks have to step up bench wise. You can't score 3 points and allow them 46 points because the law of averages are going to say that it's going to change. Now their bench, to Lee's point, is what kept them in that game for the most part. You really didn't have much, your superstar player in Halliburton. 6 points. Now, do I think he's going to step up a little bit more? Do I expect more out of him? Yes, but that also means you're going to see less out of McConnell because he needed to replace. Bless you. He needed to replace the scoring that they would have expected from Halliburton. So, yeah. So I mean, but I do expect what's his name to continue to score against or trying because he knows OG and OG knows him. And
Pascal.
then Pascal, and then Miles Turner. I mean, he played a hell of a game yesterday. With the pick and roll and his scoring.
I told you he was going to be a problem.
No, I agree with you there. Especially against Mitchell. Now, Mitchell matched up better against Embiid than Hartenstein, but Hartenstein. I'm not going to say he matches. He's a better fit over Mitchell, but now comes the point of Achua. Now, is Achua a better fit against Turner? So that's where in terms of the 4 and 5 matchups, that's what I'm going to be looking at.
Well, Achua, like you said, Achua's going to be able to see when you got guys that play primarily on one end of the court, meaning that their strength is on one end of the court, whether it's the offensive or defensive side of the ball. You want to put somebody in the game that makes them work on the other end. You know what I'm saying? So if you have Achua in there, he make Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam work on that end because they don't have to work too hard against Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson other than keeping them
well, it's a good thing you asked that question because now that the Mitchell Robinson injury is in full effect, man, like it's going to have to be because the thing is now his number is going to be called upon to do just that. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is that can he do it? It's a possible reality. Will he do it? I don't know if it is a reality at all. But I mean, listen, it could be, but at the same time, it's not something.
What's good? We'll get into football in a little bit.
In terms of that, Leaf, in Game 4 last series, when they put him in and he pulled Embiid out of the paint because of his 3-point shooting and his ability to do a little bit off the dribble, it opened up the lane. So to what NYG is saying, that's going to pull Miles Turner out of the lane, and it's going to open up, and it'll be more effective. So Tibbs is the issue. Well, I don't want to say he's the issue. He has to trust him a little bit more to utilize him and say, well, we lost Mitchell, so because during the season, Precious was playing his hind parts off. And he was out there and he was doing what he needed to do, scoring points as well as playing defense. So it's not like he can't do it. He can do it. It just comes down to Tibbs. Tibbs, let him play. Just let him play and let the guys play, work together. And I think it opens up. And it opens up for Brunson so much more. It opens up that lane.
It definitely does. But at the same time, for Indiana side, bro, I don't like Nembhard on Brunson. I like Neesmith on Brunson. I like Neesmith is a slightly better matchup. Is probably the best matchup in this series for Brunson.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought McConnell was giving Brunson more problem than either of those two.
McConnell is too, but McConnell is a risky player, and he takes too many chances, bro. And at times they need him mostly on offense to lead the second unit, because the thing is,
True.
the second unit, bro, like that's pretty much his thing. Like he's a whole lot more aggressive with his drives and taking chances at the basket than Tyrese Halliburton is. Tyrese Halliburton is a safe player, bro. Like he's more of a, all right, let me move the ball around, let me get the ball out
Thanks
my
for that
hand.
update.
Tyrese Halliburton is starting to. I think Tyrese Halliburton can unlock being playing off the ball more than he just as much as he can being a passer, because his playmaking is really at his best when they're in the open court. When they're in the half court set, his playmaking is here and there. But the thing is, the defense has to commit more, because even though Miles Turner could shoot, even though Jalen Smith could shoot, even though a lot of their bigs could stretch the floor, and from 1 to 5, everybody can shoot. Tyrese Halliburton is basically, once he's sent left, basically he's basically compromised when he's sent left, because he's giving up that ball. His self creation when he's sent left is lack thereof.
He's a
You know
lefty
what I'm
too,
saying?
right? He's a
It's
lefty,
good,
right?
man.
No. So now Halliburton is a
Halliburton
righty.
shoots right.
Halliburton is right. Is a right
Okay,
hander.
okay,
But if
okay.
you send him left,
No, I got you.
9 times out of 10, he's giving that ball up quickly, very very quickly. Ain't no ifs ands or buts about it. He getting that shit up. So my thing with my whole grift with Indiana is that I feel like they definitely need to have more point of interest to have Neesmith on Brunson. I think they're doing the other things okay, but they need to get more out of their starters, because they bench has been carrying them. You know what I'm saying? So
Let's get a quick prediction for game 2. Because I already gave my prediction for the series, but game 2, we know Mitchell Robinson is out. What's y'all's prediction? Who wins game 2? It's a game 2 tomorrow night.
Regrettably, I gotta go with the Tangerines. Um, this is the I think Indiana doesn't get enough stops for me, bro. Like they don't get enough. They still giving up a second chance points, because they don't really rebound as great as they should. For a team that likes to get out and run and get out on the fast break and move up the court, you got to be able to hold your own on the defensive rebounds. Everybody has to rebound, because if everybody's going to run and everybody's going to get the ball up the court, then everybody has to rebound. What I will say about the Indiana Pacers is that they move the ball around pretty good when they're moving the ball around, but they can get it sporadic as well. But the Knicks, I think everything that the Pacers do well, the Knicks can counteract it with certain runs and everything. I don't think the Villanova boys, men, are going to just lay down and roll over when they start to go on runs. They got to figure out a way to neutralize Josh Hart, because Josh Hart really kept them in the game and got them back in the game. And spurts where Indiana was about to go on a 10-point lead, and they couldn't do it, because here come Josh Hart just running down your chest, bro. Like, yo, listen, I get it. He's a tough player. He's 6'4". He's tough as nails, but no, that you got to stop letting that shit happen, and you got to stop letting that happen. So
Coach,
I got the Knicks in the game too.
Got the Knicks, man. Coach, what you got, man? What you got for me? Who winning tomorrow?
Do you really need to ask me that? The Knicks are
Who winning
winning
tomorrow?
The Knicks are winning.
Knicks.
I'm rocking with my squad. Period. Case closed.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. I believe again. You don't play defense in the playoffs, it's gonna be hard to win games. It's gonna be real hard to win games. But that being said, something tells me Pacers are gonna make this interesting, and I think they come away with the win tomorrow. They're probably mad, pissed off about some of the calls that happened. So Maybe they come out there with a little more energy, a little more juice, a little more focused. Attack the basket, man. Get the Knicks in foul trouble. Get to the free throw line. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. But
I don't know who they got to attack the
ultimately,
basket with.
I think the Knicks will win in 7. But yeah, man, gotta find a way, man. Screen and roll, pick and roll, whatever you gotta do.
Do something.
Right. All right, man. Hour and 26 minutes, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. We are still rolling, man. Yankees 10-3 over the Stros. Let's go, Yanks. We're still waiting for overtime to start between the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. That game is 3-3 right now. The New York Mets, I think they still up 6-4. Yep, 6-4, bottom of the 7th. So Mets trying to get a win right now, trying to get their record back to 500. But so here's the thing. Switching it over to the NFL real quick. Schedule release is supposed to come out next week, I think. I think somebody said next Wednesday. Coach Dave, I know somebody asked me about what the Giants' record is going to be. Look, man, I got a whole seriously, I was working on it today. I got a whole like off-season breakdown. So I'm gonna keep the conversation kind of general because I'm gonna really get into detail about what the Giants are trying to do and what I think their plan is, their strategy is like moving forward, because I've been kind of locked into this. But honestly, the Giants just have to improve. They just got to improve, man. They got to improve what they had from last season.
Good block.
And I think if they can do that, you know what I'm saying, the future is bright. I mean, you should have a somewhat good defense. Like I said, I put it somewhere between 10 and 20. You should have an improved offensive line. And you got a number one receiver now. Now, whatever you think about the quarterback, that is what it is. But quarterbacks don't make football teams. I don't know how many times we have to reiterate this. So, despite that position not being the sexiest that people want it to be, the fact of the matter is that we are building a team right now, and it's looking on the up and up. I think it's looking on the up and up, man. You know what I mean? So, that being said, Coach, tell me this real quick. When it comes to the New York Giants, do you think with the moves that have been made that the Giants have an improved roster from last year? It's a simple question. Chat, y'all can answer the question too. Do you? Because last year we was 6-11. The year before that was 9-8, something like that, 9-7.
9-7-1.
9-7-1. So, do we have an improved roster from where we were this time a year ago?
I want to believe yes, because the potential is there, but in the end, it still goes on execution. And the players have to execute, each and every last one, from the quarterback to the wide receivers, that's Neighbors included, to the offensive line. I mean, we need to see improved play on our offensive line because it controls everything on this team. Defense, defensive line, cornerbacks, everything. We need to see improved play. So I am of the mindset right now, the potential is there to see this team be improved when they go out there and play. So, but it's they have to gel. NYG, they have to gel. There's no way around it. You have to see an improved play, and you can't, speaking on Burns, and Iman talking about that, in running situation, he's not a strong run defender. He doesn't do well all the time in setting the edge. He can get washed, so he has to do well there.
I thought he was pretty decent at setting the edge.
He's decent, but he's not overly strong. You can wash him. And when I say watch, you can ride him out. So the potential, quote unquote, potential is there. So, but again, if they don't gel together and they don't show potential, they improve play, then it's going to be a problem. And a lot of the fan base is going to be calling for Shane and Dable. We already know Daniel Jones will be out of here if the team is not playing well next year, or at least showing consistent improvement, because that's the biggest thing. Each week you want to see improvement. So, right. and that's what it boils down to. So,
yeah, man. Coach Dave says, I'm not sure if it's an improved, if I'm being honest, and people need to allow Malik to be a rookie. Some people are putting more pressure on him than they are a 6-year vet at quarterback. Look, not here to talk about the fuck quarterback all the time. What I'm here to understand is the team improved. Now, when you talk about pressure, there's no more pressure on Malik Neighbors than there was on Kayvon Thibodeau, than there was on Evan Neal to make an impact his rookie season. There's no more pressure on Malik Neighbors to do anything other than be himself, which is a number one receiver. He's been that his whole entire college career. So the ridiculousness that we're putting pressure on Malik Neighbors is not true. The pressure is on the coaching. The pressure is on Brian Dable to put some wins together. That's who the pressure is on, if you want to be honest. There's no pressure on Malik Neighbors. You guys you're spinning a narrative that's a nasty narrative. Nobody's putting no pressure on that fucking kid. Stop it. Stop it. I'm really getting tired of talking about the Giants. Honestly. Y'all make me sick about talking about the Giants, bro. Y'all do. Y'all make me sick of dreading this topic, dreading coming on my show to talk about my favorite team is because of fans like you and fans like some of these idiots on Twitter. Nobody's putting pressure on a kid that just got drafted. We just want him to be the best that he can be. That's it, man.
I wanted to go back to that statement that you made. You tired of talking about the Giants. I think it's a sentiment. It's important to me that y'all be good because we need to get back from y'all in the playoffs from last time when that broken ass clock of a quarterback by the name of Eli Manning somehow got 2 wins off of us, bro.
But what do we do though? We win. When we are right, the Giants win. But the Giants will never win anything when y'all are out here talking like, we're supposed to be this top tier team. The Giants have never been that team. The Giants have never been that team. If you're expecting the Giants to go and reel off 12, 14, 15 wins every season, go be a fan of another team. It's not going to happen.
I think that
you don't do that over here.
Even the Bill Parcells years, man.
No. I think that the most wins the Giants had in the season, 13, 14?
That was like a Bill Parcells led
14-2.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was
that might have been a Bill Parcells led team.
Yeah, no, it was a Parcells. It was Parcells.
I think one of the Parcells years.
I think it was 86. I think it was 86.
That was like the only year I could really see.
That was the year after Chicago blanked us in when they won the Super Bowl.
Bears,
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Because Bill Parcells had made a comment saying he said, yo, if that about that Bears team that y'all played in '85. He said if we would have played them 100 more times, man, we would have won once.
That
'85 Bears team was that serious. Good, bro. Like,
yeah, they were.
But what did we do though? We built a team.
Yes.
That could beat them.
Yes, the next year. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the next year, this team, because the thing about it is, even though they got blanked 21-0 in the playoffs. You felt like you could still play with the Bears because everyone talked about the Bears and you saw what they did to the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. But it still was an underlying feeling not overly spoken, bragged about, but there was a feeling like, you know what, we're one of the better teams in this league with the Bears and the 49ers. So, in the next year, they came out and they played like a top team in the league, which led them to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alex says 10-11 wins, that should be the expectations. And I agree. There should be expectations on this team. There should be expectations on this team, but I'm just looking for them not to regress. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for them not to regress because I know we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I don't feel like we are 10.
I hope Dave is. Coach Dave, I don't think he's saying that we're winning 14 games because that's 16 games, 14-2. That year we were 14-2. So I think that's what he's referring to when he said 14-2 magical season. Because now it's a 17-game season. So, So what's up, Butterfly? Man. Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you.
He hasn't been a number one. Okay, so but see, when y'all wanted to drive this quarterback, it didn't matter then, right? We can baby your quarterback, but if I'm expecting Malik Neighbors, a 6 overall draft pick, to go and come in here and do what he said he was going to do, which is be a number one receiver, what are we talking about here? What should the expectations be for Malik Neighbors? What did you draft him for? To go out there and get 300 yards? What the fuck are we talking about? Like, word up. What are we talking about? I expect the kid to perform. Now, expectations, you can say what number you want to put on that.
Listen,
I expect him to go in there and be a number one receiver. I expect him to draw coverages. I expect him to open up options for Wan'Dale Robinson and Slayton, the guys you want to trade. I expect all that to happen. You see, y'all try to trick me. You say in one sentence, get rid of Slayton, but then you say in another sentence, oh, don't put no expectations on Malik Neighbors. Well, what are we doing here then? What are we doing here then? If you want to get rid of receivers that are on this team, but then tell me I shouldn't have no expectations for the receiving core, I might as well not even watch.
Yeah, I agree with you on that sentiment. It's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing with a lot of teams, man. Like, listen, I'm not putting no expectations. I'm putting expectations on one person, but not the receiving core or whatever. Brother? But just a sidebar. This Dallas and OKC series is starting to look. I ain't gonna lie, this is looking like something, man. I ain't gonna lie to it, but just stop. But to get back to the Giants do really need to improve. I mean, just not to be to cope about it or whatever. They just need to improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a young team. And the NFL, anything can happen in the NFL.
You guys had the second. You guys had the first youngest team. Giants was second youngest team. Packers was the first youngest team in the league. Okay, Giants went to the playoffs 2022. You guys missed out. Y'all went to the playoffs last year. We missed out. It's gonna be like this until you build your team up, bro. Like, I don't understand what these people don't understand. It's the same thing in the NBA. Everybody want to chase, go get LeBron, go get this person, go get that person. The teams that are doing good are the ones that's drafted. They got draft picks on their squad. That's performing. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing in the NFL. It's the same thing. So why should I not have no expectations for my draft picks? These guys pick these players. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we picking bum ass players, then that means our general manager ain't the guy. So yeah, the same expectation I put on Evan Neal. Coach, have I not with Evan Neal? I put expectations on first round draft picks in the top 10. That's the NFL.
Look. Every player has expectations. It's how they are developed. And yes, when you are drafted in a certain round,
be Calvin Johnson his first season. That's not what we're saying. That's what you guys are saying. I just want him to come out here and do his thing. What number that ends up being, who knows? I go by the eye test. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I know if he's going to be the dude or not when he steps on the field by the way he's playing. But go ahead.
No, the expectations in terms of where you're drafted. There's different expectations. You know, he's expected to come out and be a number one because the argument has been always said we haven't had a true number one since OBJ. He has the skill sets too, but yes, he has not stepped on the NFL field to really be a true number one at the present moment today. But once he gets into OTAs and gets into training camp and gets to coaching and goes through the meetings, then you're going to expect to see some incremental improvements as he goes away. There's always the same. But I just want to be 1% better the next day.
But coach, riddle me this. Why is it that we don't have to, why is it that we should not have any expectations when the expectation all off season, I'm not letting you dudes get away with your narcissism. For the whole off season, all we said was any quarterback is better than Daniel Jones. So you would have put the same expectation on Drake May, Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, or any quarterback, hell, Spencer Rattler on any quarterback that we drafted, because your perception in your mind was it would have been better than Daniel Jones. So who is putting expectations on who? Only reason y'all doing this to Malik Neighbors because we didn't take a quarterback. That's the only reason. If we took your little precious punk ass quarterback, y'all wouldn't be talking like this. Straight up. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. And I'm not going to pull no punches for any of you cats no more. At all. Because you've been wrong. You've been wrong the whole time. Shut the fuck up already. Go ahead.
Nah, the thing that I realized about a lot of these drafts, particularly in the NFL, is that
I need to take a break.
Particularly in the NFL, is that like a lot of people have who they want, you know, and particularly fans, bro. I've seen it from the Jets for years. I've seen it from the Jets organization for years. We seen them boo players, man, like in the draft. Yo, they should have took this and they should have took that. They took 2 tight ends or something one year, stuff like that. Like it's a whole lot of things, man. So my whole thing to this is that, yo, you're gonna have to fit a scheme. You know, whether you want to, if you're running 4-3, you're gonna go after somebody that's, you know, knows how to play 4-3. If you're running 3-4, you want to go after somebody that knows how to play 3-4. If you're going cover 2, you're gonna go after somebody that knows how to play cover 2. It's all about scheme. It's so many positions to fill in the NFL that you're gonna have to go after these things as opposed to just going after the best player available or the playmaker or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, and NYG was right, man. Like all it has to do is be improvement across the board. Particularly for the offense. Obviously the defense. They could play. That the defense could definitely get a mold. Like, but the thing is, the offense has to complement them by keeping them off the field for X amount of minutes and everything. Because everybody knows you keep your defense on the field for too long, you're gonna end up like the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? Like #1 defense and the 32 ranked offense. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that.
That's right. Y'all get them lights up. Lights up.
That's all I have to say in that front. But the Philadelphia Eagles is pissing me off, man. Like, cause they just like to undercut and take picks. You know what I'm saying, man? Obviously,
it'll come back to haunt them in some years. And this is part of what I'm doing with my new video coming out, where I'm going to be talking a lot about the contracts and how Joe Shane's done the contracts. Philly pushes their contracts down the line. They backload their contracts. And when you backload contracts, eventually you're going to have to fess up and pay those contracts. And when that happens, Philadelphia will be bad for a long, long time. It's going to be hard for them to recover. So, they looking good right now. And Howie Roseman is a smart GM, but keep on backloading them contracts. You know what I'm saying? You better win a championship. That's all I'm going to say. You better win.
Listen. Okay. It's very, very simple to me. It comes down to coaching first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Shane, he gets a talent. There is some talent there, and me looking at film and identifying some of the strengths and the weaknesses of every player, draft picks, it still comes down to coaching. The coaches have to identify what their strengths and weaknesses are. How do you coach up their weaknesses to improve and take advantage of their strengths? Tommy said it earlier. Schematics. That also plays a part. Football is the ultimate team sport, and that's not just players. That's coaches and GM too. Everyone has to understand their role and they have to execute. Now, I get the Giants fan base, just like NYG is frustrated. A lot of you guys are frustrated. You wanted a quarterback to restart the system, to restart the market. I get all of that. But as a coach, all I look at is, what do I see in this player? Plain and simple. Do I see something? A lot of you know NYG will tell you, I fight hard for Evan Neal. I see a tackle there. I just said he needs to lose weight, which will help in dealing with his quickness and hopefully make him a better player. But it also includes coaching. We fired Bobby Johnson. We said that is also a factor.
Mm-hmm.
You sat and you go look at the guys. Azudu and McKeithen, they were thought of highly coming in here, but they seem to be lost. JMS last year, as the year progressed, some of it was injury, but there seems to be some level of I'm sorry, I said regress.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with JMS. There's a level of regression. So we got Bobby Johnson out of here. You bring in Brasillo, who with the Raiders has proven that he can take low draft picks, undrafted draft picks, high draft picks, and help make them be productive. And that's where I say with Evan Neal, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to see if this coach can help him to get him to be a better player and also get him out of his head, because I think that's also a factor. At Alabama, he could just beat up on everybody. And
Coach, let me ask you a football question.
Go ahead.
For a minute, because I admittedly so. I don't know everything about football.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play football, at the level some of you other guys played it at. I was more of a backyard football type. But 1, 2, 3, how many wide receivers can you have on the field at one time?
5.
So why does Giants fans think that because we have Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt, and Rondell Robinson, we don't need another receiver at all? This is what drives me fucking crazy about you fans. This is why people are calling us and I'm not talking to you, Alex. Please don't get it twisted, or you, Coach Dave. But some of this shit that goes on Twitter pisses me the fuck off. You need more than 3 guys, bro. Nobody got to take a back seat. Coach, help me out here.
Okay.
Is there enough plays for more than 3 receivers on the field?
There is opportunity. There's going to be ample amount of times if we scheme it right.
Good
that
Lord.
You can put all 3 out there at the same time. You can put Theo Johnson out there, and then whoever's at the running back. You can put 2 tight ends with 3 wide receivers. You can even schematically, because I always think like this. I can even put Neighbors in the backfield once or twice. Let him run.
Can be in the backfield.
Wandale Robinson, he played running back at Nebraska. So there are things that you can do to create matchups. And matchup advantages to the Giants. You can go 5 wide receivers. You can go 2 tight ends, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers. The bottom line is they're all going to have the opportune times to eat. We've seen teams that will have receivers that have 2 and 3 wide receivers that have 1,000 yards. So the bottom line, which comes back to what I initially said, is the coaching. Now, if you want to say you don't trust the coaches, that's a different story. That's a different discussion.
And that's cool,
But in terms of what I'm looking at, I mean, I see talent. Neighbors can help open up things for other guys. And conversely, if you're doing things where teams are staying deep because he's going deep and you're hitting underneath, and now defenses adjust and they start to take the underneath, now you can go over the top. Now it's a chess match. You can play the game. And that's really what it boils down to. But NYG, to all of you guys, the bottom line is the New York Giants fan base is dealing with PTSD. That's really what it boils down to. You know, we don't have patience. We've seen so much losing that we are all, every last one of us, we're all frustrated.
Nah, Coach, bro. I think some of these motherfuckers just plain old fucking stupid.
Well,
I'm not gonna look.
That's
bro.
you. That's you. That's you. That's you, bro. That's you.
Me saying that.
No, I'm talking about. This is Coach Ed. This is Coach Ed. Okay. No one can. Okay, that's you. That's you. Okay.
From a whole lot of these fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ask y'all and invite y'all to come up here with the smoke, and you never do. You know what I'm saying? And you never do. And all we've been doing was getting every right after right after right after right. Me, you, Pat, Lou, the whole Big Blue crew, Alex. All we've been doing is getting shit right. So to me, I'm to the point to where I ain't holding no clips back from y'all.
Okay, and that's fine. and that's you, bro. That when I was getting that, when I said my opinion, unpopular or not,
yeah, hit that like button.
Is that this fan base is basically gun shy. It's you're tired of the losing. That's it.
I'm tired of losing too, but
and that's it. And now and guess what happens? You're losing, and now we're going back and forth because everyone wants to, in a sense, say this is the problem, and they want their whatever. The bottom line is, I want to see the coaching staff, the general manager. I'm trusting that he's brought the talent in here. Now it's the coaches to coach these boys up. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. If it was me, I'd expect every last one of y'all that are Giants fans to hold me accountable. Coach Ed, your fat ass needs to be coaching these boys up. Plain and simple. So, and that no, y'all are laughing, but I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious because I also hold myself. I have high standards as a coach. That's what most of y'all don't understand. I have high standards for myself. I really do. So when I go out there, I look at the players and I work with them to get them to maximize their abilities. And I scheme up whatever I need to scheme up offensively, defensively, special teams, so they can go out there and be successful. So you guys should be holding the coaches accountable. Plain and simple. And I don't have an issue with that. The only issue I have, to be honest, is the back and forth between the fan base. If you can agree to disagree, that's fine. But this war, it's idiotic to me. It's asinine. Mm-hmm. It really is. And NYG, you know I've been called out. I've been challenged. I've been told I don't know football. But you know what? I don't give two shits. Excuse my language. I don't. Because no one can. I'll be brutally honest. 99% of y'all can't coach on my level. That's real. And I'll bring people out here to tell you and show you that I know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Y'all want to think you're right? Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, unpopular or not. And it don't bother me because I know what I am and who I am when I get out there on the field. Plain and simple. Dave is asking for the link, NYG.
Yeah, we do this thing called Giants Conversation on Sunday. I'll be more than welcome to send you the link on Sunday. Coach Dave, you know that, man. I ain't ducking you, homeboy. You know what it is, man. But this show got to get moved along because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. So no disrespect, but you know what I mean? We just wanted to get the basketball conversation out the window. So I'll invite my boy Leaf up here, man, because I know he know how to talk ball and shit.
But, yeah. Definitely appreciate it, y'all, man. And on the football front, I am very much looking forward to seeing Before I get out of here, I'm gonna say one last thing.
Yeah, because we about to move it along.
Yeah,
my blood pressure get too high.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because I noticed the intensity start to build when y'all get into the Giants conversation and things.
Cause man, I just feel like this fan base is so like Nets. Look, we Nets fans, we lose. We're dealing with losing too. But Nets fans don't act like these fans. I don't know what it is, man.
I mean, listen, me and Breeze, we had our Clash of the Titans.
It ain't like this, bro.
No. It's definitely not, because
this is
the Giants,
a whole nother level.
The Giants fan base, it's one of them fan bases that everybody think they could do better than what's going on.
Yeah, everybody want to be a GM, right?
Yeah, everybody think they could be the head honcho. Yeah, everybody think. But to say one last thing on the football front, I am very much looking forward to the football conversations. I'm very much looking forward to the football schedules coming out when they come out next week.
Next Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
somebody will have a scheduled release stream or something like that. One of us usually.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of looks on Chicago Bears faces, man, come this Thanksgiving. Because like I said before, and I will say again, the Bears are who we thought they were. Ain't nothing gonna change, bro.
Them Bears coming for y'all though, bro.
Listen, like I said, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it the rest of the year. When it comes to the NFC North, there's only one outcome, and that outcome is the Green Bay Packers. I don't give a damn who wins the division. I don't give a damn who thinks they could be the head honchos. We done weathered the storm of the Lions with all of their pieces and the stars that they done had. We done weathered the storm in the Lovie Smith era and all of the pieces that they had, even though they went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman and Brian Urlacher. We done weathered the storm, and we done weathered the storm with the Minnesota.
Hold on. They went to the Super Bowl with who?
With Rex Grossman and Brian Urlacher.
Grossman.
Yeah.
Chat. I know some of y'all is a little bit younger. If you haven't heard of Rex Grossman. And you think Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback?
Yes. That's all I'm gonna say. They went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman calling the snaps. I mean, it was a long time. It was a long time ago, but listen, it happened. But game managers go to Super Bowls all the time. We've seen the 49ers do it. We've seen the 49ers do it a bunch of times, and they had nothing to show for it because they had 90s teams just like the Dallas Cowboys. My beef is with the teams outside of our division. I don't give a damn about the Bears. I never did. I never will give a damn about the Bears. I wasn't around in 1985 when the Bears were doing their thing because that was a long time ago. I was born in 1988. I was born in 1988.
Right there, that's coming for you, bro.
Yeah. I was born in 1988, and the Detroit Lions don't hold no frills to me neither because y'all just now starting to peak in the Dan Campbell era. And that's going to be over with in a few seconds. It's going to be gone to 60 seconds like Nicolas Cage. So the thing is, bro, like I'm not concerned with none of the teams in our division. The only teams that concern me is the teams outside of our division. The broken clock that is Eli Manning, LOB, the 49ers front seven. Those are the teams that have concerned me over the years. I've been around for us to have two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and now we about to graduate a third. The Bears mean nothing to me, and they never will. Now, I'm ending it on that. So for all y'all Bears fans that's talking about, the Bears is back, man, Caleb Williams, man, listen, can it? The Bears are who we thought they were, and we're not letting them off the hook. Simple. Coach, it's been an honor. Pop, it's been an honor. I'll be back here, man, to talk some more trash about the rest of the NFC East.
Okay, Mr. Packer fan. We'll see you next year when we beat the Packers again, because we seemingly beat them every year. It's like an annual.
That's not necessarily.
We are your boogeyman. No, we are.
That's not true.
Hold up. We beat you twice in the playoffs, and we beat you the last two seasons. Although we've had bad teams, so we're literally fine. Own you guys.
That's fine. But remember,
we took your best offensive lineman.
Remember who ended the Eli era, bro? When Odell decided to go on the boat, bro. Like it was us. Remember who ended the Eli Manning era.
You didn't end the Eli era. You ended the Eli era with Odell Beckham Jr. I give you that because of his stupidity. Eli balled out in that game. Remember, he played his ass off.
Yeah, I mean,
those receivers were dropping passes because they didn't realize how fucking cold it was out there in Lambeau.
Well, that's that.
And they were distracted coming off that boat trip, which who knows what they did.
I don't know what they did on there. Odell was spilling Cristal, bro, off the boat. I'm like, listen, it was a whole bunch of garbage going on. But listen, the last time I checked, man, the Giants own a playoff win over the New York Giants, bro. Like the last time that they met in the playoffs. And that's all I'm going off of with, man.
Yeah,
but
that's all you got.
Hey, bro,
every other time we beat y'all.
Well, listen, we got a Super Bowl to show for it too, bro, and we're gonna get another one with a third. What is going on? Our third Hall of Fame, soon to be Hall of Fame quarterback. And over the years, man. So the thing is,
I got lucky with that. I give you that.
I guess we just the luck.
Now that is luck. That is
the luck of the
3 Hall of Fame
quarterbacks
in a row. If he turns out to be that's sheer luck.
I'm like the luck of the leprechaun. What I call it, you call it luck. I just call it destiny. You know what I'm saying? So I will be back here. Appreciate y'all on the show, Coach.
No doubt.
It's always an honor. Pop is always on it, man. I'll be back here to talk more trash on these playoffs, man, because they kind of garbage, man. Go WNBA. I'm here this season, man. I'll holler at y'all, man.
Rangers still 3-3 in the overtime. Appreciate you, Leaf, man. Thanks for stopping by, joining in the show. Like I said, Coach Dave, Sunday, you're more than welcome to get the link. And I'll send you the link, man. But I'm moving the show along tonight because I don't want to be here all night. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. I see y'all, man. Ghost, man. What's good with you, bro? Y'all funny, man. But nah, man, for real though, man. Giants fans be bugging out, man. But Jets fans seem to have optimism. Who knew? The Jets fans seem to actually have some optimism, man. They had a hell of a draft too. I mean, an outstanding draft. Jets fans, look, it all rides on Rodgers. Now this situation, it is riding on the quarterback. This situation, it is riding on the quarterback because that was what Aaron Rodgers was supposed to come in and do. Let's take the Jets to the next level, which is, the playoffs, the Super Bowl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's some optimism in Jets fans. Talked to a few of them at the draft. They're optimistic about what's going on with the Jets, man. But, Coach, how you feeling about the Jets, man, right now and in the direction that they moving into? Optimism or pessimism?
They're kind of like the Giants, I mean, you have to develop. In other words, yes, on paper they look good, but you have to develop. You have to go through practice. You have to develop.
I mean, that's every team though on paper. You can say that about every team in the league, pretty much. But I'm just saying, as far as the moves that they did, so
yes, they made good moves. Yes, they solidified their offensive line.
But Fashanu, they took Fashanu.
They have a young player that they can develop down the road. He's in what I call his redshirt year. So the projection, yes, they're in position to compete for a playoff spot. Right now, the as far as their division, that's up for debate. Some people say Buffalo, but you can make the argument that on paper the Jets should be able to compete for their division. The conference is another thing.
Division. So let's talk about the division real quick. Buffalo, man, they lost some pieces. New England, of course, they rebuilding over there with their new quarterback. Dolphins, they look like they charged up and ready to compete. You know what I mean? And then you got, the Jets. So I'm gonna do a Jets breakdown too. I'm working on the Giants first, but I'm gonna do the Jets Giants. What I'm trying to do is give you guys more outside content outside of heart of the city. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be Yankees, Jets, Giants. You know, the teams we cover here. That's about all I can do until I get to 1,000 subs, and then you know we can kick some things off here, man. It'll open up monetization, which will allow me to do some things with this channel. But as of right now, I'm gonna do the Jets Giants preview. But when I'm looking at the Jets right now, it's just they have a good roster. They have a deep roster on both sides of the ball. It seems like it's just is the quarterback going to be all right or not?
It's also the offensive line. Those tackles, both of them, they're older. You got Tyron Smith, who's also dealing with injuries. So, I mean, yes, you're right. It is about the quarterback, but it's about that offensive line too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it really is. So that's why I said, what I said earlier. On paper, they have to get in. That's why I said they're like the Giants in terms of the offensive line. You have to develop a level of continuity with them. They have to be able to work together. If they can't, it's going to be for a long season. And you have a 40-year-old quarterback. If you keep getting pressure on him, how long is he going to last? And then you got Tyrod Taylor also over there, another older, injury-prone quarterback. So, it may seem like, I'm not being real, but yes, I'm being realistic. If you were to look at them, that's why I said they're kind of like the Giants. They just have a better, I'll be honest, they do have a better quarterback because Rodgers, Jones
don't you say that? Oh
no. Jones is not on. Jones is not on Rodgers. Excuse me.
I'm fucking with you, man.
No, I know. I'm just saying. And anybody who has issues with what I'm saying, that's your right. But I'm entitled to my belief.
Aaron Rodgers is better than Daniel Jones. I'm fucking with you. We know that.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm just my TV just went on the blink, man. I'm
still waiting on this damn game. They in overtime, man. 1 minute 15 left, still 3-3.
Bro, I can't even see the game. Like I said, my TV just I don't know what happened. It just went to
ESPN. Anybody wants to, oh, we had a shot and missed. Oh.
So, but again, that's my take on the Jets. So
Carolina's leading on shots on goal, 51-36. You're leading in shots, but Rangers had a power play opportunity at the end of the third, couldn't convert. Carolina had a power play opportunity in overtime and couldn't convert. And now it looks like, I guess they're going to go into a shootout. Overtime's winding down. But that's the update. I told you, man, all sports here, man. And one thing about me, I love playoff hockey, especially when the Rangers are in it. I will sit down and watch a hockey game like it's a goddamn football game. I guess I'm weird like that. I don't know. But
I got you, bro.
Yeah, man. But the Jets, man, Jets got to win, man. Jets and Giants, they both got to win this year. That's why I asked the question earlier. Expectations are there for the team. Now me putting expectations on a rookie wide receiver to be a 1,500-yard receiver in his rookie year is not what I'm doing. But the expectations on this team is that they should compete. I asked this question Sunday on Giants Conversation, and everybody pretty much agreed that this team should be competing this year.
Yes.
And that goes both for both teams, the Jets and the Giants. And if either one fell, I'm pretty sure Rob Sala's definitely gone. Brian Dable, we'll see, but yeah, you're gonna see some changes because when is it gonna stop with these football teams, y'all? When is the losing gonna stop? We seen the Knicks turn it around. The Nets were good for a while, in the KD whatever. The Yankees have been good as of recently. The Mets put some decent seasons together back when they had all them pitchers that they let go. So when is the football going to turn around? Football in New York has been awful for the better part of over a decade. God awful Jets and Giants. When is it going to stop? And which team is going to be the one to step up and turn things around and make football enjoyable again in New York? Because right now, it's a shitstorm with the fan base, with the media, with content creators. Everybody's just in a negative space damn near with both teams. The Jets, they got more optimism coming into this season. Giants fans are ready to jump off a roof because they didn't get a quarterback. But when does it stop, y'all? When does it stop? When can these teams turn it around? Is it this season? Is it 5 years from now? Is it 10 years from now? Is it never? I mean, when can we enjoy winning football again in New York? And I'm not talking about the Buffalo Bills because shit, they don't win nothing either. If you want to be honest, you know what I'm saying? But New York, man, we see Philly win, we see Boston. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it, man. As a person that's born and raised in New York and Brooklyn, we used to winners, man. I grew up a Yankees fan. Win. Giants in the 90s. Win.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers. Win. We used to winners. That's just me though. That's just me. That's how I see it sometimes. And to be honest with you, I'm tired of it.
You're tired of, which goes back to
come on here and talk about winning football. I don't want to talk about these losing ass teams because it's depressing for the fan base, for the players, I'm sure, for everybody involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, you're 100% right. Players,
coaches losing jobs, general managers losing jobs. Dave Gettleman came out of his cave and spoke. Said it felt like he died. Well, yeah, look at what you did to the Giants. But nah, seriously, man, no, I don't wish that on nobody, of course, man. But Dave Gettleman came out and he said that, like, hey, like everybody just kind of left him alone. It's almost like he just disappeared or whatever. So, players getting fired. I mean, coaches getting fired, general managers getting fired, and it's just around and around and around and around we go, man. I'm just tired of it, man. That's why I'm so hyped up about the Rangers and Knicks. Maybe one of these teams can bring a championship to New York. Maybe. But we'll see. But that's me. I guess you could call this NYG's corner. I don't know. That's my little spill on situations, man. But we're going to get into Coach's Corner here in just a second. Let me read some of these comments. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. 58 in the chat, man. Been strong all night, man. I love you guys, man. I love the support. Someone please talk about Leaf. Yeah, Leaf is a Packers fan, man, but that's our friend. That's our brother. Go support him, man. He has his own takes, his unpopular opinions, and we welcome that over here. So I ain't never going to, not welcome somebody because of their opinion. Even Coach Dave, man, I'm too tired to deal with Coach Dave tonight, back and forth with Daniel Jones. But Sunday, I'll be all for it, bro. Giants O-line get better with Jones. Am I supposed to keep it at this point? Yeah, it's just a QB change. They want another quarterback, and I'm not really the one to be arguing about if Daniel Jones is the guy or not. I mean, it's not where I'm at with it. I want to see the team get better, and I don't. It frustrates me when people ignore every other aspect of the football team other than the quarterback. That's why I have so much pushback on some of these fans. Should have never fired Sherman. Nah, Sherman wasn't a good head coach. If you could have kept him as OC, I would agree with that statement. Yeah, yeah, man. Yep, Jets will always be little brothers of New York. That's the way they're looked at, and that's how Knicks fans look at us Nets fans. But again, it's about winning. So whoever's winning or whoever can win, that's where it's at. Like I said earlier, Knicks, Nets, neither one of them won shit. The Giants have won before recently, so of course they're going to be the premier franchise in New York, regardless, because they're the ones that are winning. You know, fans. I guarantee you, if the Nets could have won, people wouldn't have these type of feelings that they have about the Brooklyn Nets. If they would have brought home at least one championship with that group that they had, we would be talking about a different story right now. But because they don't win, like the Knicks, it ain't nothing we could really talk about. Yeah, we all know the Twitter fans are negative Nancy's, so to speak. But hey, look, man, I'm not here to tell nobody how to fan. All I'm saying is just use some what you call it, use some discernment, man. Like use some kind of objectiveness. You know what I mean? Just be reasonable and rational with your conversation, because it's hard to have a conversation with a person that refuses to acknowledge any of the information that is being presented to them. What they call it, cognitive dissonance or some shit like that. But Nets just got it. Nets been around for a while, Iman. They just got to Brooklyn. I agree with you there, but it ain't a new franchise. It's just Knicks fans are mad because some Knicks fans became Brooklyn Nets fans. But look, I'm a Nets fan because it's Brooklyn. Like I'm that's my home. I'm from Brooklyn, and I've been a Nets fan. I've been rooting for the Nets, man, since back in the Kid Kittle era. So I've been a fan of the team, but it really makes them my favorite team because they're from Brooklyn. But me, I'm more of an NBA fan, more of a basketball fan. So I know how to be objective. But when it comes to football, it's Giants, man. Let's go Giants all day, every day. You know what it is. But we're going to wrap it up here with Coach's Corner. Coach, any last words on any of the topics that we touched on? Chat. If you got any questions for us on anything that we touched on before we get into Coach's Corner, go ahead and get it out now. Rangers, like I said, still waiting for the second overtime. This is a double overtime game. Playoff hockey, baby.
Look, I admit I'm a casual when it comes to hockey. I'm not proficient with it. I'm
not either. But
bro, you are much more proficient with it than I ever could imagine. You know this game. I don't know the game, so I admit it, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I know a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, the hardest problem I have with hockey is pronouncing the names.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of Canadians and Russians, and they have, you know, the long names like the Belitsiklovs and the Sterstikens, and like that's the hardest thing I got with hockey. Understanding the game, I mean, it's like any other sport. You just watch it enough and you pick up on it.
But that's my point. But again, that's me. So, you know, I just, it is what it is.
Yeah, I get it though. But great show, man. Great show, man. I'm gonna keep that score up there, man, while we get in the Coach's Corner. So if you are ready, Coach.
Anytime you're ready.
I will cue it up for you. All right. Here
Go ahead. Everyone, I appreciate everyone being here with another Coach's Corner. Before I do, everyone, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already done so, and make sure you subscribe to NYG22, also known as Unpopular Opinion Sport. His link is in the chat, and also Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sport. My link is also in the chat. Also, make sure when you subscribe, hit the notification so you know when we post new content, and always share on all social media platforms. That helps us get it out there. So, last time I introduced a little bit of indoor football, which I'm very familiar with, having coached at that level. And I talked about the local champion. NYG talked about winning. Well, the Jersey Bearcats, they are actually the champion of the AAL2 indoor league. It's a subdivision of AAL1, which is the pro division, which will be coming back next year. Well, the Bearcats, after an amazing game last week, they traveled to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to take on the Harrisburg Stampede. Now, it was a hard-fought game, but unfortunately, the Bearcats fell 40-31. Now, with the loss, the Bearcats stand at 1-2. Now, next week, they're traveling down to Maryland to take on the Maryland Eagles before they come back home for a big game against the West Virginia. It's West Virginia Miners, I believe it is. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on there. Now, I spoke earlier about the WNBA, the Liberty they were playing, so I don't really need to go into that. But one thing I did want to talk about in terms of the WNBA, it was just announced that the WNBA is committing $50 million over the next 2 years to provide full-time charter flight services for all its teams during the season. The commissioner just announced it today, because it's been a concern about player safety. A lot of times they're flying commercial. They have had flights canceled. Players are sitting in airports. If you travel, sometimes it happens to you. So that was their concern. So their expectation is, each team $25 million per year over the next 2 seasons to have charter service, which is what is needed. And if you have a professional league, that's what you should be doing. So kudos to them. It should be more, but this is a start, and I'm looking forward to grow from there. Now I'm going to move on to the college world, and I'm going to start out with Syracuse football. I found something a little bit interesting. The Onondaga County Clerk's Officer registered a home sale during anywhere in between the week of April 21st to 27th. Now, it's for former head coach Dino Babers and his wife. Now, it was a listing for a 3,975 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home that was sitting on 6 acres of land. It's considered a luxurious ranch, traditional style home in the Steinway Heights. It has an open floor plan, a vaulted ceiling, refinished hardwood floors, first floor primary suite with walk-in closets, and first floor, second and third bathrooms and laundry. Outdoors, it has a built-in garbage pit, stone fire pit with seating, hot tub, and a pond. Now, the listing for the house, which was sold, went for $1.1 million. So, hey, you're a head coach. That's the type of money that you're going to be making when you get into college football. So, congratulations on your sale. Now, in terms of Syracuse men's basketball, they secured the commitment of a transfer. Jaquan Carlos, he's a 6 foot, 70 pound guard who spent the last 3 seasons at Hofstra. He's actually a native of NYG's hometown of Brooklyn. He was a 2-time Coastal Athletic Association All-Defensive Team member. He played at Hofstra for 3 years, was a starter for the past 2 seasons. He saw, as his freshman year, played for 19 games. As a sophomore in 2023, he started 35 games, averaging 6.7 points, 4.8 assists, 3.8 rebounds, and 32.7 minutes per outing. He was also named All-CAA All-Defensive Team in 2022-2023. In 2023-24, he produced averages of 10.4 points, 6.3 assists, 4.4 rebounds, 35.5 minutes per game, and he ranked 14th among Division I performers in assist average. And again, he was also selected to the All-Defensive
out of Brooklyn. Let's go.
Brooklyn. So that's a good pickup for Syracuse. It's definitely going to help them in the long run. On the women's side, they got 2 commitments. The first one was Angelica Velez, a 5'7" guard from the Bronx. And she has 3 years of eligibility. She played at LSU last year, so she was on that team with Angel Reese and the girls. So, but she's coming back to the area, and she's going to Syracuse. They also secured a forward, Journey Thompson. She's 6'3". She decided to transfer with 2 years of eligibility. She played at Arizona State. Now, she's kind of local, if you want to say, because she's from McMurray, Pennsylvania. So she's, not close to the Syracuse area, but she's on the East Coast. Now, her freshman year, she was sidelined. She played in 13 games. She averaged 3.3 points, 3 rebounds, and shot 46.6% from the field in 11.1 minutes per game before losing her freshman season. And in sophomore season, she started 25 games, appearing in all 31s for Arizona State, 21.1 minutes per game. She averaged 5.5 rebounds, 5.5 points, 4.4 rebounds per game while shooting 34.7% from the field. Now, she's one of 4 players to appear in all 31 games and led the team in rebounds, offensive rebounds, 1.8 per game, blocks 0.6 per game, and she was tied for 3rd on the squad in steals and 5th in scoring. So she continues to develop. It's going to be a good pickup for Syracuse. Moving over to St. John's, and this is going to be interesting. They got the commitment for the number 1 transfer portal player today. I think it was today. It was today or yesterday. He's actually from Seton Hall. It's Kadari Richmond. Richmond is a 6'6" point guard. When he entered the transfer portal, he was immediately by ESPN ranked as number 1. He earned first team All Big East honors, averaging 15.7 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.1 assists, leading Seton Hall to the NIT championship. He had 20-plus points in 9 games in Big East play, including a triple-double against Creighton, when he finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Now, even in 3 games against St. John's this past season, he averaged 14.3 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5 assists. So it's a wonder why St. John's went after him, keeping him local because it'll be a good fit for them, him coming over there. And again, it'll intensify the rivalry between St. John's and Seton Hall. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for that this year as the season comes around. On the women's side, St. John's women's basketball standout Jillian Archer is continuing her career in the professional ranks. She actually signed a contract with the Willetton Tigers in Australia. She was a 2023-24 All Big East honorable mention selection. Now she'll be joining the Tigers in Perth, Australia, as they compete in the National Basketball League 1 West in the Women's League down there in Australia. So good luck to her down there. Now moving over to Seton Hall, they added one of the most accomplished players to their young roster. They got a commitment from transfer guard Chauncey Jenkins. He's a 6'4", redshirt junior for Old Dominion. He committed yesterday. He averaged 15.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, 2.7 assists while playing 32 minutes for the Monarchs. He also shot 0.402 from the field, 32.4 from three-point range, and 72.4 from the free throw line. He's actually a combo guard, so he can play the point guard as well as the off guard. So it's not making up for Richardson, but that's the effort that they're doing. On the women's side, the head coach Anthony Bozzello, he announced a commitment. Former Maryland transfer Faith Massonis She's actually from Belmar, New Jersey. She's going to be a graduate transfer, so she has 1 year of eligibility. She's a highly versatile 6'1" guard forward, and she can affect the game in different ways. She spent 5 years at Maryland, appearing in 138 games, averaging 6 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. She has a .496 shooting percentage in nearly 700 career field goal attempts. So, and that's in Big Ten play. So that's a very good get for Seton Hall. It's definitely needed because they did lose several players, but they've been doing well in the transfer portal and getting some young players to come in, which is needed. So kudos to them in bringing I'm messing up her name already, Matt Masonis to South Orange. Now I'm going to close out going into Rutgers, and I'm going to start with Rutgers football. A couple of commitments that Rutgers just got received. They got a 3-star commitment from 2025 recruit linebacker Isaiah Deloach. He committed on Friday. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. He's an inside linebacker, but he's a tackling machine. And he recorded 53 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery as a junior at Hillside High in North Carolina. Now he has great athleticism, great speed, and because they added him, he has helped elevate their national ranking for 2025. It's now up to number 28 nationally, so that's a great pickup. And then today, they got a commitment from Cedric Rhodes Jr. He's an offensive tackle. He was a multi-year starter at Ohio University, not the Ohio State, but this is Ohio University out of the MAC. Now, he projects to be a right tackle. He started 13 appearances, 11 starts. He's 6'6", 320 pounds, so he adds good size to the offensive line, and he has 1 year of eligibility. So they definitely need that, because there's some offensive linemen that they did lose. They brought some others in. They have some young offensive linemen that they're looking to bring up, but there's a veteran guy that, they can bring in to help out with a lot of the other veteran offensive linemen, which is definitely needed for Rutgers because Shiano loves to run. Now, former quarterback who transferred out last week, Gavin Wimsatt, he's actually going home. He committed today to the University of Kentucky. So when he committed to Rutgers back in 2021, he was an early enrollee. He skipped his senior season to come to Rutgers. He was a 4-star recruit, so it was a big get. But again, he's going back home to Kentucky because he played at Owensboro, Kentucky. So it's right outside Cincinnati for those of you who may be wondering. But again, he's going back to the Bluegrass State, and he's going to be looking to compete at the quarterback play down there. Now, in terms of basketball, per insider John Rothstein, he's a great college basketball and very knowledgeable. He works for CBS Sports. He reported that Rutgers is actually going to be playing Kennesaw State this upcoming season. Now, you might say, who? Kennesaw State? But they're a mid-major program, but they're in Georgia. And why that's big? There's local ties on Rutgers in Georgia, and that's because of Jamichael Davis, who recently played this year, and one of his best friends, who's now coming in as a freshman, Ace Bailey, or Arius Bailey. They're from Georgia, it's literally 18 minutes, in my understanding, from where they play high school basketball. So it's going to give them an opportunity to go home, play big time college basketball at home, get their family and friends, and you're playing against one of the local programs. So it's a great opportunity. I like that, which Coach Peichel is doing. Now, in terms of the Big Ten Network, Raphael Davis is one of the announcers who's believing in the Scarlet Knights and that they're headed in the right direction. The arrival of Bailey and Dylan Harper has created great excitement in terms of the fan base. And Davis now is one, as an analyst for the Big Ten, he believes Harper. He believes that he's a transformational guard for the Scarlet Knights and that and this is his words, Dylan Harper will be the best freshman guard to play in the Big Ten since D'Angelo Russell. Now, many people do not know, but D'Angelo Russell played at The Ohio State University before coming out and was the number 2 pick overall when he was drafted. So that's high praise for Dylan Harper. So definitely going to be watching that. Now, moving over to the women's side, on Thursday, Rutgers head coach Coquise Washington, she got a good commitment. She got Janae Walker to commit to the program. She also played at Kentucky. She played 1 year at Kentucky, played in 28 games, and now she's going to be coming to the area. She's 6'3", and she has good size because 6'3", 6'4". She has good size. Coming out of high school, she was a highly rated player. And her coming over, also joining JoJo Lacey, Kiyomi McMillan, and Zakara Perkins has helped the program. It's also given them more bodies because they were down to about 7, 8 players on scholarship. So now this is pushing them to about 12. So good pickup for them. And finally, to close out, I'm going to talk a little, 2 more segments. I'm going to talk a little wrestling. Rutgers wrestling continues to do well. They have a strong recruiting class, but they got a great boost in a commitment from Brandon Torrizo this week. He's actually from New Jersey, played at Nutley High School, literally about 15 minutes from me right now. He was a high-level addition for Rutgers, who finished off his high school career at Nutley. He took 3rd place at the NJSAI state championships at 285 pounds. Now, during his run at the state championships, he defeated 2 wrestlers who were ranked above him in the pre-tournament New Jersey wrestling formats. He also won the Region 3 heavyweight championships this year. Now, Rutgers has 5 wrestlers in the top 50 in the nation, according to Flow Wrestling Big Board. So that's a good get. Wrestling is growing here in New Jersey. It's big in the Big Ten, which is why I'm mentioning it. And then last episode, I talked about the women's lacrosse, where Rutgers beat Maryland for the 2nd time to advance to the Big Ten semis. Well, they lost to the top seed Penn State 17-8. This closes out their season, I believe, because they're finishing at 8-10. So, but again, for them to make it there, that's a good thing. So, and then to close out the season for the 2nd time in 3 seasons, Cassidy Spillis has been named Big Ten Midfielder of the Year. She also won the award in 2022 and was a unanimous selection as voted by the league's coaches. She's just the 2nd student athlete in conference history to win the award multiple times. So congratulations to her on the award, and congratulations to the lacrosse program. Hopefully they rebound next year and they'll be able to put out some great they'll be able to put out a great product next year. So you guys in the chat, hit me up if you guys have anything that you want me to add to Coach's Corner, because I'll be glad to research it, do my due diligence, and then include it into the Coach's Corner. It doesn't matter if it's women's sports, because I'm going to be talking with the Olympics coming up, track and field, the Olympics as a whole. I'll be talking about that, as well as the local college scene. So, and if you have a local college you want me to take a look at, hit me up, whether it's on Twitter or in here, just let me know. So that's pretty much it for today's Coach's Corner. Thanks a lot for everyone tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. So back to you, NYG, and I see the Rangers won.
Let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers. That's what I'm talking about. Double overtime win, 4-3 for the New York Rangers. Pulling it out, man. Despite, Carolina had 56 shots on goal, I think, until the Rangers 39. Mm-hmm. So basically, they got more shots at the basket than the Rangers did, but the Rangers still won.
That's good. That's good goalie play. Then I know that.
Yeah, Igor Shesterkin played his ass off, especially in that second overtime. I was locked into this game. That second overtime period, he was outstanding. Like shot after shot, because Carolina got a power play, and then the Rangers just scored on their power play. So power play is basically an advantage. You take one skate off the ice, so it's kind of like a 3-on-2 fast breaking basketball, but it's for like 2 minutes. You get that advantage for like 2 minutes. Just to give you a little heads up on how hockey works, man. But outstanding game for the Rangers. I told you guys I would cover this for you tonight. It looks like I'm trying to see who got the final goal. Like I said, I'm bad with these names. I know Chris Kreider. I know him. He scored earlier, but I'm trying to see who got this last goal. But I'll update you guys.
Let me just do this because I want to do this for Tudo. I'm reading a night report. It's saying calling all Rutgers student, alumni, and fans.
Trocheck.
Trocheck, okay.
Vincent Trocheck.
For all Rutgers alumni, if you're looking for new and unique Rutgers merchandising, Night and Day Apparel has you covered, from T-shirts and hoodies to drinkware and pet accessories. They're focused on the Rutgers community with exclusive, one-of-a-kind tailgate products. So be sure to research and pull up Night and Day. Night is K with the K, not the day night. It's the actual night. So look it up and see if you have anything there that you want. If you use a promo code Rutgers Rival, you get a 10% discount. So there you go. So Tudo, I know you're a Scarlet Knight alum. So there you go. So let me see if I can put this. Let me see if I can put this in the chat. You know what? I'm gonna put this article where I get my stuff from. I'm gonna put this in the chat, so this way it'll be easier for Tudo and anybody else who wants to grab stuff in there. So
cool.
So there you go.
Yeah, man. But
just put it in there.
Outstanding night, man. Outstanding night. For New York sports, man. You know, we gotta let me check on my Metis. Where you at, Metis? Did y'all bring it home?
Everybody had a great trip.
Everybody won. Mets won, Yankees won, Rangers won. Let's go.
All right. So I hope everyone enjoyed the show today. So it was really fire. Great job by you, NYG. You know, putting this together, leading the way, man. As always, did a great job.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. We're a team here. You already know.
Who's HY? HY 175. What's that?
Oh, Mets. I think that's who won 7-5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mets won 7-5. The Yankees won 10-3, 4-3. And then the Knicks tomorrow. The Knicks on deck tomorrow. Of course, we'll be updating you on the schedule release for the NFL next week, as well as these playoff series, man. Like I said, I just want to leave you guys with this. Is it 1994 all over again?
Wow.
Is it 94 all over again?
They lost 101-53.
Woo! That's a butt whooping.
I've never seen a preseason score like that.
And they're 50 points. That's like
48 points.
That's like how I play. When I used to, my son, he used to get so mad. We used to play him in the NBA. This was a while ago. And I used to that's what the score used to look like. It'd be like 100. It'd be like 120 to 40 something. Just pure domination. That's what that shit remind me of. Like, dang.
I hear you, bro.
But man, is it 94 all over again, man? I'm psyched, man. I'm pumped up for the Rangers, man. We'll see what the Knicks do. And hey, we might get a baseball team to sneak in there this year, man. Let's. Who knows the Yankees, man? Who knows? Could be Yankees. It could be Mets. I'm not optimistic at all with the Nets or the Knicks and Jets. I mean the Jets and Giants, but we got some teams, man, doing their thing, and this is what we do here. Heart of the City. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit that like button, sub to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Share the videos, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We love all y'all, man. And any last words you got on the outro, Coach? What you got going on this week, man? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Tomorrow I'm going to be, normal back to working with Pick and Roll Podcast. We got to talk basketball tomorrow. So, I know Saturday, going back to doing the halftime coaching adjustment show with Philly Halftime.
Dope show, by the way. Yeah, I watched you guys on the replay.
Mm-hmm. So I might. I got to double check the date, the date and time. But I might do a UFL game because the top two teams are playing this weekend in the Birmingham Stallions and the St. Louis Battlehawks. I'm rocking St. Louis.
Okay.
So and matter of fact, Battlehawks is Anthony Beck, former tight end for the New York Jets, is the head coach for them. So and matter of fact, the head coach of the Stallions is former UConn head coach Skip Holtz. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great game, and I'm really looking forward. You have AJ McCarron, who used to play at Alabama.
Yeah, I remember AJ McCarron.
So he's there, and who played at Nebraska, I think year before last, Adrian Martinez. He's leading the way over there. So again, to me, I'm really excited. It's going to be a great game. So I just got to double check the date and the time. If it's Sunday at 4, then I'm more than likely going to cover it as long as the Knicks are not playing.
What is the let me see, because I just did this. I did the presentation on the Knicks.
I should have done it.
No, I just dropped the video. Wednesday, okay, 8th. We got the 8th. We got the 10th, which is Friday, and then Sunday is on the 12th.
What time Sunday?
Sunday 3:30.
Let me double check. Let me see UFL.
Shit, I might be able to do something with you on Sunday if you want to, because I do my Giants. I know I do my Giants conversation in the morning, but I really don't do anything else that day. That's my free day. That's my off day.
I'm pulling up the schedule now.
And if it's on a Tuesday, we could do what we did last time and just give you
Saturday. It's Saturday at 4:00. So I'm going to do with the halftime, and then try and see if I can get to do the Battlehawks in Birmingham. Do like an hour and a half show with him.
You talking about I thought you were talking about the Knicks.
What I'm saying, and then I can do the Knicks on Sunday. Then
the Knicks game is Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could join you for that one. That's what I was saying, because I'm not working that day.
Well, I'm going to also double check with halftime, because I'm going to see what Alex is doing, and then Alex. I think I might jump on with Alex tomorrow too.
Alex and Luca, they invited me to join in, but this week I've been kind of busy with work.
So then I can jump in with halftime Man Cave on Sunday. Then I know, because he said he's doing all the games.
If Man Cave is doing it on Sunday, I'll join in. I can join in on one of you guys' stream on Sunday.
Yeah. So
that I know for sure.
So I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be busy this week streaming. So
give you my little basketball input. So
there we go. So I definitely got
unpopular opinions on the basketball.
Battlehawks Birmingham Stallions Saturday 4:00 on Fox. There we go. So
all right, man. So good night, man. Good night from New York. Like I said, you see the ticker there, Rangers 4-3 over the Hurricanes. They take a 2-0 series lead in that one. The Mets coming through tonight over the Cardinals, 7-5. The Mets even their record, I believe, is 18-18.
Okay.
And the New York Yankees 10-3 over the Astros. The Astros stink this year, 12-23. And the Yankees get their 24th win of the season, 24-13. Louis Gill pitching well, 3-1, 2.92 ERA. Only gave up 1 run tonight.
So technically, they're okay. Their Orioles are what? They say they're tied. It looks like, but yeah. The Yankees are 24.
Yeah, because they beat the Yankees. They got the head-to-head.
My other baseball team's in first place, the Phillies. The Phillies are 26-11. They got the best record in baseball. Didn't know that. Okay.
That's a New York Mets problem, because that's their division. But
yeah, I go back to Ryan. Howard. That's why I love Ryan Howard back in the day. So that's why
I look at it as a New York Mets problem.
I know it is.
Anytime you talk about like the Phillies and the Braves, I'm like, we will see them in the World Series. You know what I'm saying, if it comes down to it. But I ain't worried about them teams right now. That's what the Mets got to deal with. That's y'all's battle. Little bro can't fight you, can't bail you out of that one. Little bro can't bail you out of that one. But the Nationals did us a solid though. They beat the Orioles tonight, 3-0. So that's a pretty good. Your Phillies won 10-1 over the Blue Jays. So they did us a solid too.
They did it exactly. So there you go. So
yeah.
But Mets, trust and believe when
they got swept by the Rays. God damn it, Mets.
Trust and believe when the Phillies and the Yankees play, I rock New York. So don't get it twisted.
Oh, I don't. The only sport I'm really kind of partial on is basketball. Like, I'm hardcore when it comes to baseball. Hardcore Yankees fan, hardcore Rangers fan in hockey. Hardcore Giants fan in football. Basketball is kind of like, I'm a Nets fan, but I do like to watch the game as it is, like just to understand the game. Like, I'm a true fan of the sport.
You're like me with football. Yeah, I get you, because I watch youth football all the way up. It don't matter. I watch international football.
Same thing with basketball. I watch high school basketball, little league basketball, whatever. Because I played it. I played in those circles. You know what I'm saying? That's where my background is in basketball, man. But don't get it twisted. I can break some football shit down too, and some baseball if you want to really dig into it. But I'm gonna always be basketball at heart, man. It's just where I'm from.
That's because you got the skill set. You're not a sexy fatty like me.
Shit. Do you know, man? I was like, basketball, man, something else, man, because I was always like considered tall, but I wasn't never really tall. Like I'm only 6 foot right now. But like in junior high and like public school, that's what we call it in New York, PS, public school. So in public school, I was only like 5 foot, like 2 or 3 or something like that. And I had to play center, coach. I had to play center for the team, because everybody else was shorter than me. And the guy that was supposed to play center, he copped out on the team. So it's like I was but I was a guard. So like when I had to play center that whole season, and I mean like we talking like dudes that could dunk, I had to guard. You know what I'm saying? Remind you, I'm a little kid pretty much, like 5. And but I held my own, man. The coach always respected that. He was like, Babs, like, I know you out there outmatched, but at least you know what I'm saying, holding your own and shit. So like, I understand, like, from the center position to the point guard to the shooting guard to the forward, like I played all of it on the court. So that's kind of like where I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm not a know-it-all, but I do respect the game. But that's all I got, man. Yeah, Yanks. Sorry, Tommy, man. Ain't happening for Houston this go around, brother. They're done. They in the shitter right now. I told you the record. It's what I say it was 12 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
And we swept them the first series, and this is the second series, and look like it's gonna be another sweep. So Astros ain't looking too good. I don't know what's going on with them, but ain't my problem. I invite the losing because they cheated, and I don't respect them. So I'm gonna be dead ass with my takes. I'm not pulling no punches in 2024. I'm telling y'all want unpopular opinions, you're gonna get some fucking unpopular opinions this year. I'm gonna tell you right now. So y'all hit that like button. If you like this kind of content, straightforward, you know what I mean, from the heart, like sub to this channel, sub to Coach Ed, Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, sub to Big Pat Sports Talk, sub to G Nation Inside Sports, sub to Wells, sub to Alex, sub to Mac, sub to Zion, sub to Hit Squad, the whole crew. You know what I mean? But that's what we do, man. But been rambling enough. I hear you, bro. It's over though. It's over. Cheat your way out of this season. See you do that. But I gotta talk trash. I've been getting it from Astros fans. You and that damn Dante. I need to go over there and troll him a little bit. But yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all know it's all fun and games, man. But love y'all, man. And until next time, man, we up out of here. Peace.
Peace.